Hello, and we are back. I spoke into the void, but now I am your overseer. I want to start maybe just with some introductions. We will jump right into it. But before I do, I want to thank our sponsors. First and foremost, if you are interested in this game, get this game. Modiphius sponsored this game. It's, from what I'm reading, it's absolutely amazing, and there's so much you can do with it. It doesn't feel like a game designed for a two-shot. It feels like a game you can play all the way to level 20. I mean, and it's there. It's level 20 and beyond, so it's sort of like epic fantasy, but I imagine it's going to be every bit addictive as the Fallout series. So check them out. We also have sponsors for our many other shows. I mean, we want to thank Modiphius, of course, Evil Hat Productions, Tin Star Games, Helmgast, and Adam Lawson. We could not do this season without you, so thank you very much. But let's get into our character introductions, starting with Jen.
Way to put me on the spot there, buddy. So I'm going to be playing Abby Abrams, the 7-foot-tall super mutant from Wisconsin.
All right. And now, Val.
Hey y'all, I'm Val. Today I bring to you my girl Snipes. That is not her real name. She will not tell you her real name. You can call her Snipes. She is essentially she's a survivor, and she's been traveling from the Great White North with her big brother.
All right.
Hey there, I'm Slowful. I'm playing John Alexander Macdonald IV, which is probably not his real name either. And yeah, he traveled down from pretty much central Canada, that's where he says, at least, with Snipes. And he's basically here to help fight for Canadian independence following the illegal annexation of Canada by America. So we're going to start with petition to the government and go from there.
If you infer Letterkenny references at any point throughout this 6-part show, I will assure you it is a coincidence, and I need you to take about 20% off of there, Squirrely Dan.
Texas size 10-4 there, bud.
Texas size 10-4 there, pal. Oh, jeez.
Sup, y'all? I'm Celeste. I'm going to be playing the biochemist Dr. Hyde. Is that his real name? Maybe we'll find out. I don't know. We'll see.
Whew. All right. We're not getting any real names. Well,
Mine's
I will
probably
be the
a real
overseer.
name.
Probably, yeah. And it's the real you, damn it.
Yeah.
Genuine.
It's not easy
All
being
right.
green, buddy.
I'll bet. So, all right. Well, where do we start except... Well, Lexington has about 2 entrances, and depending on where you're coming from, you're gonna reach a different part of the city. The 4 of you have been brought here for very different reasons. It's tied to your backstory. I imagine from where I think you all came from, you'd find yourself at Lexington Bridge, a small bridge, lined with American flags hanging, dottering. It's probably 40 in all, except they've all been torn to thread. I mean, it just looks sort of like a cotton candy maker exploded. They're weathered and the poles are rusted, but a bridge of stone stands strong. You're here, and it's been a long journey to get here, but you all don't know each other. This would be a coincidence. The safest time to travel would have been about a couple of hours ago, and you lot camped far from town for your own safety, so naturally you converged sort of at this point. I want to start with the siblings. You two are siblings, is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. If that is true, I don't even know your names. We'll see. Now, you're in Virginia. You're in Southern Virginia, which must mean you've been traveling for a number of weeks, at the very least.
Been a bit of a road trip.
Yeah. I want to ask how trigger
I'm an
happy you two are.
excellent- I'm an excellent driver,
Trigger
so
happy?
we could have gotten here quicker.
Yeah. Because what I'll add is the road you're coming down. You got off the highway. I don't know. Were you traveling on foot?
Oh no, definitely not. Snipes doesn't go anywhere on foot if she can help it. Definitely found a tanker of a truck on the side of the road, probably a couple of them. Definitely diesel run. You gotta have to run on that byproduct, right? Yeah, cruise along on the byproduct vehicle.
Canadian ingenuity and enough duct tape can fix just about anything.
Well, it fixed the ghoul problem. I wouldn't like to call them a problem, but turning along onto this bridge from a slow road, it looks like a flood bank might be off in the distance. This road descends towards the river that this bridge passes over, the bridge into town. Except coming up this road and headed on to the sidewalk that spans along it would be a ghoul. Celeste, what does this ghoul look like?
White, long lab coat. Underneath that, he's dressed very formal, but they've got to be sturdy clothes if he's out here. Pork pie hat, nice dress shoes, big laser rifle strapped to his back. He's actually foraging through the bushes and such, looking for something. You're not quite sure what.
Okay.
Is that ghoul wearing a fedora? I lean over and ask John.
Or it shall be. It's hard to tell from this distance. Although it could be another fashion of hat, there are quite a few variations known in design.
I'm gonna roll down my window and lean out. Hey, ghoul.
And he stands up to his full, admittedly not very tall, 5'4", and straightens his coat. What do you need, Smoothskin?
I need you to settle a debate for us.
All right.
Is that a fedora or a tribly?
It's a pork pie hat.
Ah, damn it!
Well, I guess we get to, keep our cola caps on this one. No one won. Thanks. You want a beer?
Given that I won the debate, since the two of you don't seem to have any fashion sense, yeah, sure.
I need you to, take it down about 20% there, bud. You didn't win anything.
You're gonna give...
You were just... Yeah. I don't think I'm not gonna give him a beer now. Because he's sassy.
Sis, do you think you're really gonna give away my last poppers without just any forewarning on that one?
Oh, fuck! We only have one more?
I mean... It was a classic holiday 5-pack when we found it, so...
the chocolate cake one too. Birthday. Sorry.
Whoever came up with that was either brilliant or crazy, or perhaps a bit of both. I do not think you should be mixing chocolate cake flavorings into a delicious malt beverage, but here we are. And I suppose the world was better for it.
Then what's the problem if you don't like it? You can.
I never said that. I just didn't think it should be done. But it has been done, and here we are. And I'm saying it's for the better overall.
Snipes just like lifts up her beer bottle. She's in the driver's seat and takes a swallow. So do you want a birthday cake beer?
I suppose there are stranger concoctions.
Well, and I'm gonna get out a styrofoam cup, pop it open, and split it between my brother and Mr. Ghoul here. Should I call you Dr. Ghoul? Because that's what the code says.
Dr. Hyde, if you will. Doc works fine,
All right.
bitch.
Cool. Doc, hand you your styrofoam cup of beer. I'm Snipes. Cheers.
Yeah, I've had worse.
Yeah. This is Sean. It's my brother.
It just nods.
Well, where you headed?
We were supposed to be going to Washington, D.C. to lodge a formal petition to whatever remains of the American government. At least that's what I wanted to do. But yet somehow here we are, off the ass end of the Appalachians. So I don't really know where we're going. Because every single gas station seems to have been stripped of all of its maps for some strange reason. Who could have thought? After 200 years.
Well, I'm heading to Lexington. Still a couple days out. Could make it less than that with a set of wheels.
Sure, get in the
Which you
van.
seem to have. That was easy.
Don't make a habit of it.
Hey, Hyde, I want to ask something. What is your trinket?
Pink bandana tied around his wrist.
All right. And I ask because a donor has given you a lucky break. The first donation tier. Luck is on your side. That trinket is overcharged. Typically, and we'll get into just how trinkets work when we need it. I think that would be better timing, but you'll find it is far more powerful now in the instance that you use it, which is good because you have good luck. So, yeah, and I'm seeing another donation as well to a character I'm going to introduce now. You see something. Some great thing approaching. What does this tanker look like that you two drive?
Oh, it's a fucking GMC. What are you talking about? Like, of course. Like, General Motors of Canada, thank you. Like,
there it is.
it's like it's just like one of those like those 6-wheel dually trucks.
Yeah. Well, then matching that in about size.
Mm-hmm.
A Supermutant approaches. Now, where this bridge meets this road, the ghoul has hobbled up. He sees it first. Sees her first. The rocket gas station, decrepit, small, dwarfed in proportion to a super mutant, striding along towards this very bridge. Abby, describe what your character looks like.
So yeah, basically she is about 7 feet tall, super muscular, kind of wearing a ratty t-shirt and the remains of like an army jacket, and again, just has that like very undeniable "this is a mutant" thing going on with fluffy Wisconsin hat, and is thumb out, obviously hitchhiking, like sees the car, like, "Hey there, buddies!"
Just keeps elbowing Snipes. Sis, pull over, sis, pull over.
She's like 7
Sis,
feet
pull
tall.
over.
Okay, all right.
Sis, pull over.
Listen, I just
Pull over. I said pull over.
Okay.
Pull over.
I put on my blinker and I go up next to the super mutant, roll down my window. Hey, nice hat.
Ah, thank you. How's it going, guys? Where you headed?
Doing good now.
I'm gonna look over. Nope, go ahead. Let the Canadian, the Wisconsin have a conversation, please.
Not so bad. And you?
Right as rain. You wouldn't be happening to go by Lexington, would ya?
Well, sure is. You're looking for a lift there, bud.
Oh, yeah. Would you be kind enough to be offering one?
I'm afraid you're not going to fit in the cab, so you're going to have to ride in the back if that's okay.
Anything's better to get off my feet. You don't know, like, I've been out past, skirting DC. It's a scary place over there.
You hear me?
Really?
DC's scary.
Oh, yeah, it's real bad up there.
Well, so is Quebec, but you have to pass through there on occasion.
Ooh.
Good fishing, though.
Why would you even go there? Like,
fishing.
you know, we get enough of them in the UP. Don't like it.
Great fishing in Quebec.
Oh, Lake Geneva, though. Back home.
I tell you what, you're welcome to ride in the back. Just don't squash none of the produce.
You have actual produce back there? I haven't seen anything green other than my own hand.
Well, I mean, I got me some melons and some corns because we was planning on growing some crops, but you know.
Oh. I'll trade you. I got the last 6-pack of PBR this side of the states.
He just looks up, just scowls. Fair trade. Let's go.
All right. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Mine. Mind the
He's
ghoul.
like, I'm not
you're
one
a
for
funny
American
looking
beer.
fella, aren't ya? Look at the little guy. Oh.
Talk about cheese curds.
I'm done already.
Sure.
We're
Yeah.
29 minutes in.
a
I'm
funny
done.
little guy.
Well, I'm real sorry.
Actually,
I
yeah.
didn't mean to hurt your feelings. It's just been a while since I've seen you.
Yeah.
Dr.
Sure.
Hyde, I wanted to ask,
Go ahead.
you're cautious now. This seems to be
Yeah,
a
a
situation
little bit.
unfolding that you don't like. All right. Well, if you would like, we can make a skill check. If you're trying to do anything to tip the scales in your favor, you had a good thing going there for a second. And of course, if shit hits the fan, I don't know if you can see, but in yellow, that is your luck points. It correlates to your luck stat at the beginning of this quest. It is supercharged thanks to our donations. We managed to get one for everybody. And actually, before we go on break, I want to go over some of those other rewards because I totally forgot to mention them. They involve really cool things like maybe getting a dog for the party and then like getting an art for the dog. So it is an immortalized dog and a free perk. It's lovely. I don't even have to defend it any more than what I've just said at all. Like I would be surprised if I have to mention it again because it sells itself. There will be a dog, and the players can pet the dog. Anyway, what would you like to do in this scenario, Dr. Hyde?
I mean, he's, as you can imagine, a little bit cautious to be in the back of this thing with a super mutant. And one that finds him cute? Hello? So
I can just put him right in my pocket.
or where Mercy. I guess he's really just he's just trying to like lean into the cab and whisper to these two Canadians. Like, guys.
Wastelanders.
Okay. Super mutant, right? 15 different kinds of crazy in a really nutsy cocktail. Okay.
Look, just because
Why are
she's
we
a
picking
Yank
her?
doesn't mean that just because she's a Yank and a really tall one does not mean that you should be like prejudiced. We picked you up.
It's really a shame that people are still, in this day and age, judging people based solely upon their appearances without even really getting to know them.
You cannot play that card with me.
I mean, I know that you don't have much left, but one would think you would have thicker skin at this point.
She thinks you're cute. Don't knock it till you try it.
You know what? Fine, we'll take
You're
her
a
with
doctor,
us.
you can fix all this.
I'm not responsible
This is
for
my
any
job.
consequences that come of these actions.
That's fine. We'll take care of them. You might be a consequence.
Hey, you guys done caucusing? Can I get in the back?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right.
Mind the melons.
I know. Oh boy, gosh, look at all these things. Wow. Wowie zowie.
There's a little lumber in there because we're thinking about setting up a produce stand as well.
Oh gosh.
Ooh.
Bunch of degens from upcountry burned down the last one. Sons of bitches.
Oh. Bunch of savages since everything went to hell. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to use such rude language.
What the fuck is she talking
Aggressively polite super mutant
Sis,
now weighing down the back of this vehicle, but its driver. You're facing down the barrel of this bridge, as it were.
about? Half-ton truck. Let's go.
You ready?
Yeah.
driving test.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's kind of interesting you say
Piloting?
that.
Mm-hmm.
Something feels weird about the bridge. And I would like you to make a test that would be related to driving. If there's a piloting check, that might do
Yeah,
it.
there is.
I like to think that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Piloting is going to be based on perception.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be a piloting skill test.
So I just click on pilot.
Yeah,
Number of dice. It is prompting me.
Yeah, so you're going to roll. You have a certain number of action points to spend, but you haven't generated any yet. So you're going to roll 2 dice.
Okay. And difficulty.
The difficulty is going to be 2. The standard difficulty is 1, but we're going to start with something a little bit tricky.
All right. Got a success.
All right. I don't know. You can see my super small magnifier
I
font
do.
there. But yes, we have a success because you gained. Did you have it as a tag skill? I wonder because so you got 1 critical success, which counted as 2 successes. But one of the 2 dice you rolled was a nat 1, so we've gained a complication. There are 2 ways to resolve a complication. The first is that either I gain an action point that I can use whenever I like to make your lives harder, or you can take essentially success at a cost. You can lose something in order to succeed here, or I can gain an action point that I can use to front load whatever I want to do in the future. I'll let you decide.
Can I lose my beer? Can I lose my beer?
Would you consider that a complication?
Yes. Like, it's my last one. Like,
All
now I have
right.
to talk to the super mutant again. Just falls out the window. Shit!
Yeah.
Like,
A bump.
jeez.
See what happens.
it's an emotional complication, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'll bet it is. So, yeah, as you're navigating this bridge, something gives out. A piece of painted plywood made to look like this stone bridge. It was set as a trap of sorts. You managed to swerve around it. The car isn't stuck critically because you succeeded. However, you've lost your beer because of it.
Out the window.
And John seems to be wearing some of whatever he was drinking or eating at the time, which would be a sad goodbye to any white linen that you might have been enjoying at the time.
Jeez.
Well,
That's a gosh darn shame.
It's a good thing we picked up a super mutant with PBR.
Well, that's a shame.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
jeez.
thanks for reminding me. And she would just sort of open her duffel bag and, grab a somewhat dented 6-pack. It might be a bit roughshod, but, it's still good. I've been saving this for a special occasion.
I
Hey,
say this is
A sign
pretty
reads,
special.
Welcome to Lexington. You were closer to the town than you thought, just on the other side of it. You see a ramp that sort of leads into the college street. To your left, as you go up sort of a ramp, a winding road, you see a military institute. It's quite clear this was hit with something during the Great War, or maybe raids. It's not a fortress or a castle any longer, just an array of ruins whose walls all seem to match. There's an eerie sense you're within the city limits, and each of you, in your own way, had been told that this city would be something that so far it doesn't seem like it is.
Huh. Looks like this paradise could use a few coats of paint.
So hey, why did you want to come here again?
I didn't want to come here. You wanted to come
I'm
here.
not talking to you. Hey, so why did the 2 of you want to come here again?
Supposed to meet somebody.
I got me some land Also, hi, my name is Abby. What's yours?
Snipes.
Nice to meet you, Snipes. That's a fun name.
Name's John Alexander Macdonald.
Oh, that's some fancy name. I like that.
I appreciate it. I like Abrams. It's an excellent name.
Thank
all
you.
alliterations.
Right.
As you say, all alliterations are acceptable in any at all applications.
Oh, well done there, buddy. That was real
Wow.
mighty impressive.
Look at that.
Well done. Well done.
That was a
Good
critical
job.
success in that alliteration.
I was real impressed by that.
Fantastic. Just whoosh. You nailed it there.
Mysterious stranger
Dun-dun-dun.
shows up to finish off that punctuation. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. It's the rap hook. Winding along. I want to ask Dr. Hyde, you know somebody that you expected to meet here. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Are you keeping it a secret?
I mean, I haven't said it to them yet. They haven't asked.
Yeah. Right. That's seeming
I
like
did ask.
you have to
I
find
did
them.
ask.
So
Mm.
you got a
You
buddy
asked-
I didn't
now.
say.
You asked why I wanted to come here. I said I was meeting someone. That's enough of an answer.
So you got a buddy
Oh,
in town.
interesting.
Yeah.
Is he a bit funny looking like you?
Nope, just another one of them smoothskins.
Oh, you call them smooth skins because they use lotion?
Sure, yeah, that's why.
Oh boy.
It begs the question where she can find enough lotion for all of that.
I can tell. Let me tell you, it's been a challenge.
I imagine like
There
they're
was one-
sitting in like the tailgate, right? Like the bed, and we have like the back window slightly open, and they're just like turning around, and we just have like this super mutant space like sticking in and just like talking to us.
Oh boy. One time I went to one of them big warehouse stores, and you know they got this big tub, and that was a real privilege. It
Do
smelled
they
kind
have
of funny.
any of those? Are those still like down here? Like, can we find one? Not
You
the
talking about
what are you
tubs,
looking for?
warehouse stores.
The super duper marks.
Yeah, there was one 2 miles up from the bridge. You saw it as you took the exit off of
Gotcha.
64 or 81, whichever one you took.
You know, I
You
think
can double back
they
if you needed
have like
supplies.
20 different flavors of just those chocolate wafer cookies, you know?
Oh
But not all of them
gosh.
were chocolate. They'd have like weird flavors like, you know, orange dreamsicle and I don't know.
I once had one that was called a tequila sunrise.
In a
Oh
cookie form.
boy.
Yeah,
Did they put actual
just-
tequila in it?
it just kind of tasted like Sunny D.
Is that something you got there in up north?
Was that in Detroit?
I think
Ah,
so. We pillaged it from a vault. They had it in cryo freezers and things, and it was essentially just this incredibly sweet orange juice. Didn't taste like orange juice at all.
I much prefer
was
the
orangey.
powdered orange juice that they gave to the astronauts.
the tang.
That's the one.
Do you know the Tang? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Back in the army days, that's all you lived on.
I'll tell you what, though. It's a little disappointing that you never find any of them freeze-dried sandwich bars that they gave to the astronauts.
I mean,
At this point,
I don't know. You got actual real produce here, you know? Like, I can't tell you, as someone who had to live on MREs for a great long while, real actual things that have texture and liquid that, you know, isn't oozing in some manner. That's pretty great.
hey there, hands off my brother's melons.
But they're so firm.
I'm feeling uncomfortable in the way this direction of conversation is headed.
Oh, not sure quite what you mean by that, buddy, but, you know, again, this is your car, and I'm here just, mooching off your hospitality.
At this point, Snipes has found, like I guess somewhere to park in wherever they're at, and I imagine it's like one of those streets that has like the diagonal like parking, like street parking, but instead of like you know turning into the angle parking, I just like pull up on the side and like take up 8 of them in my giant truck.
Amazing. Yeah, just through town.
Mm-hmm.
It's hilly. So you'll see colleges, 2 of them. They're small, but they're buildings sort of mesh right up on the hill. But down, as you're following along, you see past another small gas station, and then finally the road splits in 2 directions. You wouldn't know really the difference between a historic and a modern town because they're all historic in their own ruined way, but this is where a 2-way road splits into 2 one-way roads. Now, look to your left and look to your right. I don't see any cars going in either direction, so it's whichever road you'd like to take, but where they part, there is a parking lot and a building in that wedge. It's actually shaped, funnily enough, it's shaped a lot like a cart or a stand, because this building used to have large glass windows all about it. It doesn't take a lot of wartime for all of the glass to shatter, and now all of that's sort of left is that like booth shape to it. But as you park, you know it's eerily quiet in the heart of this small town. What do you folks do?
Engine's running hot, and I turn the truck off.
I sort of jump out of the bed, looking for any excuse to maybe put a little distance between myself and the Supermutant. And I want to look off in the direction. Want to look off in the direction of that hill. Maybe try to spot that figure I saw earlier. There was just so much conversation going on that I just was trying to tune out and get a better look, and I haven't gotten it yet, so.
Yeah. So you're searching. We can make a skill test. If you would like.
Cool.
Yeah. Now, are you going to be upfront with your friends here about what you're doing, who you're looking for? Are you trying to sneak off?
I don't really care all that much if they come with, but I'm not going to offer up the information. I am going to start walking off in a direction, and if they ask, I'll answer, but...
Yeah.
Where are you going there,
right,
buddy?
So, there it is. All right. Yeah.
As we were driving in, I thought I saw a figure up on a hill. I think it might be the guy I'm here to see, but I don't know.
Is your guy a nice guy, or you know, we might not want to go alone kind of guy?
I don't really have any reason to suspect him of anything necessarily terribly nefarious, but know, he might want to talk to you guys.
Why would he want to talk to us?
You seem like you're looking for somewhere to set up a fruit stand. He's definitely looking to try and get this place into some working order, I think. That's why he invited me out here. And it sounds like he's maybe already spoken to, thumbs over his shoulder at Abby, given that she said she bought land out here.
I'm gonna look over at John.
That would be one heck of a coincidence if my friend and your friend were the same guy. What are the odds?
I'm gonna look over at John and just kind of like give a little bit of a shrug and get out of the truck. My jeans are cuffed. They're longer jeans, but I have cuffed them like above my my high top sneaks. Like strap my pistol around my waist in its holster and be like, all right, I'm game.
So, yeah, John just steps out, flicks away his old cigarette, immediately pulls out and lights a new one and says, well, suppose we should be off then.
Abby grabs a baseball bat from her duffel bag. There is in like the middle area, very obviously what looks like dried blood from like multiple uses of it. And then just like in like, you know, carved into it, the words home run with like a little heart. All right.
Is that one of them squatters? I heard about them selling out in Boston area.
Boston? Oh, this here is, you know, some fine, brewers, but...
I wouldn't
What's
know.
it
We
here?
have the ice hockey legions up in north.
Oh!
And,
Oh, yeah, yeah. You know,
I mean,
before the war, I went to some of the Wilds games. They were a real powerful team. Very good.
I would like to see some of the ice gladiators in action. The game sounded
Oh,
a bit
yeah.
violent for my liking with all the executions and whatnot. But still, you can't deny the sportsmanship.
Oh, yeah. You know, they skate over the blood pools and shake hands like men.
I mean, I just like the idea of agreeing to a fight and settling your differences, and then continue on with the game. After you've murdered another person.
Oh, yeah. You can't stop at just one.
Okay, so they're all crazy. Good to know.
We're not crazy, we're just Canadian.
Sure.
I wouldn't bother, sis. Politeness and proper manners may seem like foreign concepts to the majority of Americans.
Oh, hey there
It's just-
now.
I said the majority. Present company being excluded.
Oh, thank you.
In any case, I suppose we should be moving out to try and find this mysterious figure so far mentioned. I didn't see him, but, you know, let's go find him. And if they turn out to be some sort of raider group, let's just kick the shit out of them.
That sounds like a plan to me, Captain.
Lead on, Doc. This is your adventure.
All right.
Do you need a boost? You can sit on my shoulder.
I think I'll pass. Thanks. Just if they do
Well,
happen
the
to be
offer's
raiders,
there if your legs get
I
tired.
have If they do happen to be raiders, I've got one rule. 50 feet. 50 feet between me and them. That's what I need.
All right.
I think it was this way.
And we search. I wanted to ask, where are our wanderers headed? Are we doing so with any sort of stealth, caution? We're taking the car and headed down a road. I guess it's only as quiet as it could get. But, sure enough, headed along up the wrong direction on a one-way road, and with nobody to complain, you hook along towards the direction our Dr. Hyde mentioned, another hill to finally crest up where those university buildings are. Except at the top, you reach one of those droppable barricades, just a little post. It's designed to keep vehicles from moving along roads. It would have to be removed manually, or you could attempt to drive around it at the risk. You know, it rained recently. Your vehicle might get stuck. What do you do?
Well, we're going by foot. We're not going by the vehicle. Because
Oh, you are going by foot.
the engine was
Mhm.
yeah, the engine, we all got out of the vehicle because like the engine was hot. It's not made for those types of hills anyway, so we are going by foot. Yeah.
Excellent. You've no issue passing this and making your way up. It is a ghost town, but the strange thing here is that it shouldn't be. All things considered, it has everything you would need to be safe. And what's more is people recognize this because it was built up from ruin. There are makeshift barricades, and they're not Brotherhood of Steel quality or anything, but they're built, and there's nobody here to take credit for it. But what that does mean is that interstitially, what used to be free-flowing walkways between these buildings are now walls. You imagine this makes some sort of a large complex. It would be a great place to be on the other side, assuming there isn't any terror lurking. But how do you get across is the question. You find a gate. And it's locked.
There's a gate and nobody maintaining the gate.
Yeah. This place is mocked up like a fortress.
Mm.
Question
buddy
here.
mentioned- Go ahead.
Things seem a bit peculiar to you folks.
Something don't smell right, that's for sure.
You are being expected. Wouldn't there be someone here waiting for you?
Rather disappointed at the quality of the welcoming committee.
At least with all these fortifications and stuff, you'd think there'd be someone manning this, mountain of resources. Or at the very least, some bloodstains or something to indicate they got dragged off and done in.
What's the locking situation on this gate?
Yeah, so it's interesting. It seems to be chained around through several points. Whoever designed this didn't understand security very well, but through brute force, they've managed to put just enough chain that this thing is not going to open unless you've unlocked that little padlock.
Could I just break it?
Yeah, famously a very quiet and surefire approach. But you've got a bat. I mean, we can give it a go.
Well, I'm real strong, so I want to just know if I can, like, Hulk it out.
Okay, yeah, so... Interesting. It looks like that's going to be... So, per the skills, athletics accounts for lifting, pushing, pulling, jumping, running, and swimming. It's like a combination of your muscle and your aerobic engine. If I have it correct, I'm pretty sure super mutants are something like 75% muscle by mass.
Yes.
And at 7 feet tall, that's just a whole lot of muscle. That is a whole lot of quad. Now, to get to this
He
quad,
doesn't skip
which is
leg
the
day.
school. Yeah, certainly not. Let's see about arm day, though. So it's going to be kind of difficult. So I'm going to put the difficulty at 2.
Okay.
But if you would like, I can make you that roll from your sheet.
Okay. Well, can I roll
Athletic.
it so that way I know how to do it?
Yes.
Because
Yes,
I just
absolutely.
click athletics, and then how many dice?
Your dice is going to be 2. We don't have any action
Okay.
points yet.
I do
You
have
can
the
spend luck
focus
points
in
to
it.
re-roll.
Okay.
Got it.
Um,
Oh yeah, it's a tag skill,
difficulty
which is good.
difficulty is 2.
Yep.
Okay. Oh no! So can I spend a luck then to re-roll?
Yes. You've got 0.
Or-
Luckily, we have no
Okay.
complications. But yeah, you can spend a luck point to re-roll either of those. And
Okay.
so just make it as
Well,
if you're
wait.
rolling 1 this time.
Okay. So question then, if I can only re-roll 1, then there's no way to succeed, right? If the difficulty is 2.
If you crit, you can succeed.
Oh.
Yeah, so yeah. But if it's a tag skill, if you succeed with the tag skill, you critically succeed. Regardless.
Okay. Cool. Then let's try that. So 1 dice. Difficulty
Yep.
is 2. Hey. So
Ah,
I succeeded.
So
Does
one.
that mean?
So you're 1 shy, and this is
Okay.
interesting. So there is a mechanic.
Okay.
Complication introduces success at a cost, but if you're trying to squeeze out a near miss like that, you can introduce success at a cost by
Okay.
opting for a complication. We can add a success, but it's going to complicate the situation. So, for example, you could open this gate, it's going to be extremely loud.
Oh yeah. That's what I was thinking.
All right. Okay.
So, yeah, so basically what happens is, like, you know, Abby sees Snipes, like, messing with the lock, is just like, hang on a second, hon, I got this. Just goes like,
Yes. With the war cry, this thing just tears open.
Well, if
Yeah.
they didn't
And you
do
start to
so
hear-
before.
Subtle, I like it.
yeah. You start to hear something kind of off in the distance. Some stirring, maybe the sounds of tree branches snapping. You know you're on a hill, so there must be a trough somewhere. And things really do tend to fester in those. But the gate is wide open if you would like to head. The sound is coming roughly from that direction, though. Just it's far off in the distance.
ah, geez, guys, I'm so sorry. I just get carried away when I use my super strength.
Don't apologize, just stand in front of me. And the rifle is already off my back, and I'm starting to look through the scope to see if I can see it.
Snipes. Hey, Snipes.
Hey,
Five Cap
don't
says
call me
it's
that.
ferals.
It's gross. Don't call me that. That's gross.
Sis. 5 Cap
Thank you.
says it's feral.
Feral? Like, what's feral?
Ferals. It's feral. Feral ghouls.
Oh,
Mm.
I got
oh,
5 Cap
right.
on being feral ghouls. What's your bet?
Sure, I'll go 5.
On what though? What are you betting on,
5
Fiend?
characters.
Death
I don't
claws,
know.
mole rats.
That it's just not ferals. That it's anything but ferals.
Anything but ferals? That seems a little
Yeah.
a mite unfair, but whatever.
You're the one who
I'll
started
take
the
that.
bet.
New Vegas,
Hmm.
New Vegas odds, as they say.
Oh boy.
Ain't that a throwback? Crossing the threshold.
I'm hoping that it's gonna be our new friends all here to invite us to some great barbecue.
I'm not taking you
Hmm.
on
We
that.
have that fish fry on Fridays, and you know what tomorrow is.
Saturday? What day is it?
Well, we're searching
It's
for
Friday
someone now, aren't we?
somewhere, that's for sure.
Dr. Hyde, you know what this person looks like, this person you're searching for. And you might have some idea of where to go now, but you might be in a difficult spot with the sound that's come through. And sure enough, as you cross through, there's still nobody to be found in this makeshift compound settlement hybrid. There's just nothing. But I want to ask what you do, because in a way you have to take point.
I mean, I've got my gun off my back, and I've got a sight on it, and I'm trying to look down the sights to see if I can find a target, whatever it was that made those sounds that we heard in the distance.
Hi, I'm gonna be this person. Do you mean a scope?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're searching for somebody. That's something of a perception check. I don't think there's an accompanying skill that you can add, at least not any that I can see here. If you have a skill that would apply, you might use it. Is this... well, I guess what you're holding is a small gun. You could make a small gun check to
Energy weapon, technically.
operate it.
Because it's laser.
Okay, good. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can make that. So you're using it to sort of scan down
Okay.
colonnade of this historic school, university that's been turned into something abandoned. I mean, truly, this doesn't add up. I mean, it would be like somebody building a house and then leaving, and there's no signs that anything really fell apart here. But sure enough, you can make that test. The difficulty is 1.
Okay. Ooh, swing and a miss. I think I'm gonna go ahead and spend a luck to redo that.
That we can.
Yeah, there we go. Crit success.
Ooh, difficulty 1, and you got 1 success. All right, so yeah, you see the person you're looking for. Moving along, maybe 80 feet from you, hustling. He's
You got
got a
something
cane.
back?
Yeah, I think this is my guy. He's not in the best shape, but he is moving this way and fast.
Like,
He might be being
fast,
chased
he's
by
trying to
something.
get a... That's what I was going to ask. Does it look like Is he, like, coming down a hill? Is there something chasing him?
I don't know, is there?
No, The only thing being chased is it appears to be his own self chasing the clock, making absolute haste towards you. You don't even know if he saw you, but he'd have to be missing ears to not hear you. So
Yeah.
he's been headed to that gate, and you can make out the ears by now because he's about 70 feet away. What you guys like to do?
Whoa, hey, buddy! Slow down!
Oh,
Yes, I'm here for this. Okay.
there's no slowing. No slowing up for sure.
She just like looks at
Is he
Snipes.
just-
Yeah, think you heard me?
I think he heard you. Is he okay? Is he just gonna like? Does someone need to catch him?
Oh, you think he speaks American? Maybe it's the language barrier.
Maybe we
50
should
feet
try
now.
speaking. Yeah, maybe we should be like, Salut! Comment ça va?
Ni hao, comrade!
40 feet from you, making way
He's just running.
aggressively. You can hear now the tapping of the cane as it meets these hewn cobblestones.
I'm just gonna move to the side. Like, I'm just gonna
Like,
get out of
he's-
his way at this point.
Is he trying to, like, he's beelining toward us? Is he, like, you say aggressively, is he trying to attack us?
Well, he's 30 feet now, and you can tell it seems like he recognizes you. So you have that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
John just kind of steps forward and just kind of like starts to roll up his sleeves a little bit, just in preparation.
Yeah,
Oh,
similarly,
boy.
The Abby gets into batting position, it's just like, all right.
I'm just gonna step away, like, to the other side.
All right. 20 feet from you, he'll speak, slowing up at the sight of the two melee distance swingers here that would just absolutely wreck this man. You'll notice he is in his late 60s, which for survivors with health that is bad, you might as well be in your 80s to be that age in the wasteland. But he slows, and then at about 10 feet stops and looks at Dr. Hyde before examining what in his world would be a monster and a threat, probably equally matched. But he wouldn't know that. He looks at the doctor. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come. Says, you notice there's faint white hairs growing in the form of stubble. It's meant to be cropped, but it seems he hasn't gotten around to it. He'll have scruff to match on his face, a slightly crooked nose, otherwise cynical eyes, flat lips, and a neck never straight. It could be the hunch, or it could be his condescending nature, but he'll look at you with that cocked head, as he always has when you've met, and he'll say, "Why the carnival?"
I hitched a ride with them. They picked up her. It was a little bit
Her as a
difficult to
name,
talk
buddy.
them out of it.
Excuse me, you invited us.
That's true. I did. I thought maybe she said something about having been sold land.
Well, you're in luck. Look around you. I see no competition If this were land you had rights to, fine. Otherwise, it would be a buffet. I'm pressed with an issue that is whatever lurks in the riverbed below is aware of our presence. We need to move, and we need to move moments ago.
So we are gonna have a fish fry.
Oh, jeez.
Please follow. And he'll look over now. There's haste, reinvigorating his old cynical spirit as he makes his way to what was another one of these like new agey glass buildings. You could tell there's a lot of historical ones, and they stand. They've fallen apart and crumbled a bit, but not like this one. This one's had to be boarded up wall to wall. The analogy about throwing stones in glass houses, well, I don't fathom it was built on the expectation of nuclear fallout, but here we are. If you would like a tour of my abode, I'm happy to give it. I happen to be very irritated at the moment. Make yourself at home. As he leads you in, you can see it's sort of a compound on this main floor. He has everything that he would need to survive. It's very dark in here, as it seems he's left very few ways to enter this building, save for that front door, to which he has a key. Shutting it, it creaks, and you do hear skittering and some strange noises you can't quite place. But what do y'all do as you enter? Or if you enter?
I don't, actually. I am looking for a position from which to keep an eye on things. He said there was possibly some hostiles coming. So I'm setting up to keep an eye for that, because I am the most suited to gestures at scope.
Hi. Son.
Yeah,
Can I call you son? You're my age times 10. It doesn't matter. We don't win this by fighting. If you think that is a working philosophy, I will show you a graveyard of those who were wrong before you. We wait this one out. I'd like not to bury a brilliant mind. If you could join us in my compound.
Why did you ask me here? Why did you make that offer to me if it's like this? In layman's terms, what the fuck?
As a layman, I appreciate that. Firstly, Dr. Hyde, I was fascinated by you, truly. You were the smartest person I've met in this godforsaken trip to the east. It worked, working with you, simply put. But more importantly, it turns out you're one of the smartest person you've met yourself. There's potential there. It needs to be realized. I'm in a particular situation. I have land and no means to secure it. Look around you, or better yet, I could give you a tour. I could give you a map. But I'll show you a city you could do so much with.
It almost sounds like he's saying that violence is the actual solution for our problems. Just the right application.
Yeah, you gotta be, like, tactical, like, when you're applying your, specific instances of force.
I was more so thinking just more.
Yeah, hey, I can get behind that there idea, don't you know?
It's like when you're fighting someone, and you're trying to have a good fight, but then they turn around and throw a racial slur at you, you have to hit them a lot harder. Just, to
Oh,
teach
I
them that
usually
lesson.
just punt them into space. Just knock them right out of the park like Sputnik.
I mean, it's a Tilly, bro. We're not at the game trying to get yourself booted out from the stadium for foul languages.
Ugh. Well, again, I still feel so bad I used that HE double hockey sticks. I hope no one was offended.
If you'll join me, I'd like not to make a martyr of you, Dr. Hyde. I would like you as well to explain the 7-foot-tall bodyguard, as it were. That's impressive avant-garde.
Kind of sounds like we might need her from what you've told me. Whatever.
Well,
Slings the
I for one-
Yeah, she's
fan of
also
Disney.
standing right here and doesn't take kindly to being called an it.
I step inside.
Seriously, who raised you?
As fun as it is to stand outside and get mauled by potential unknown horrors, I say we move inside as well.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, just because there was an apocalypse doesn't mean manners go out the window.
Agreed.
The door aches as it is shut. It's not built for the hinges to which it's been placed. Its misalignment lets out that final cry and wail before clicking closed. You can hear some howls from a distance, like a stampede if almost nobody showed up, perhaps, skittering off and away, some things knocking over. What they are, we don't quite know. But you're met with quite a cozy place, actually. Anything you need would be on this main floor, and you'll find it's a cathedral ceiling of sorts. It actually goes up about 20 or so feet. Then there will be another stone staircase that leads to a railing. Once upon a time, this was a coffee house or a cafeteria of some sort. But now it's quite a comfortable spot. You can see a bed up on the top. That railing, it sort of looks like a loft now. He starts to move through a pile of scavenged food and cans.
I mean, do you have any coffee?
Well,
You
heck,
have
this is a
coffee
cornucopia.
right now.
Had you asked for any other type of chem, I would have an answer for you. I haven't touched coffee in a tragic stretch of time.
Well,
Soya
what
got
other sorts of
PBR, eh?
cans?
Would you believe me if I told you it's a matter of taste, and not a matter of demand? That's left me without that. If you're seeking
Whoa!
a beverage
whoa.
of that,
Are you dishing on the blue ribbon here?
I think he is. That's some
I think
fighting
he's
words,
insulting your home
It's
country.
a blue
here.
ribbon for a reason, buddy.
That beer has won championship awards in beer competitions. You don't have you besmirching the blue ribbon there. That means something.
Are you too good for a little malted beverages?
You're saying you're too
Oh,
good
yeah.
for a relaxing cold drink on a hot summer's day.
It's quite possible what he meant is that the reason he doesn't have any is he drank it all already.
Oh, that's a damn
that
shame.
would be the safer explanation, lest we find friction with our 7-foot-tall friend.
Yeah,
but you're
let's
here.
Run, buddy.
And
No,
I'm
she
sure
has a
we'll get
name.
along swimmingly. We haven't done names at all. I'll fetch the map. Why don't we introduce ourselves? I'll go first. He makes his way up the stairs, but because it's like an open space, you can sort of hear him. It sort of echoes as he makes his way up. He just gets louder and louder as he heads over to rifle through his stuff.
Does he have to? Does he have to climb the stairs and sit on a balcony to announce his name?
No,
Yeah,
it looks like he's looking for something.
Okay, like what kind of Henry VIII bullshit is that?
No, yeah, he's just
Like the Pope?
That's
heading
some
up,
real
yeah,
one
exactly.
percenter stuff.
I'm James. I've been here for a time. I'm working to make something of this place. I'm fetching a map. My memory isn't good as it once was. I'm sure it's here somewhere. Let's start in order of size. Our dearest.
Are you
And he
calling
looks
me
sort of
fat,
as if-
buddy? Because that's not real polite.
Politeness died when the nukes fell, and the fact of the matter is it took me 3 steps and I'm still shorter than you. But if we do a
Hey,
name,
Hard
Hard
to
to
I
disagree. We
Listen
already
here,
had this
friend.
conversation about manners.
Exactly. Maybe if there were more manners before the war, there wouldn't have been a war, you know?
Well, I doubt
have
that
the
to be true.
We have a
It's still
golden
no reason to
opportunity
end-
here to rebuild society. We
and
should
I
do
believe
it
it
right
should be a
this time.
polite society.
Aye! Yeah, hey there, this guy's got them big ideas, because he's got one of them fancy names.
I agree, and that's part of the reason why we're here in this Commonwealth, is to petition the American government and hope for more fruitful changes, such as the release of Canadians from the yoke ship of imperial aggression by Americans. The illegal annexation of Canada during the Great War is still not ended, and our citizenships is still oppressed.
Oh,
And, you know,
gosh.
Maybe as individual citizens we can't accomplish stuff, but we can at least still make our voices heard, because that's what makes parts of America great, is the ability of the individual to petition the government.
Oh, yeah. That's just like the founding principles of America.
If you think about
let
it,
this be your think tank. And you notice a map flies off this railing about 20 feet off the ground, so it's going to just butterfly and feather its way down if somebody wishes to catch it. Yeah.
Also, hey, I'm Abby. Nice to meet you, James. Are you all alone here? She would hand the map over to the Canadians.
Thanks, Abby. Opens it. Like,
Yeah, so is it just you here, or you got some friends?
The
Not
short
for
answer
nothing,
is-
but, you know.
I'm alone. Let us finish the introductions before I make my plead. I think some of you, and he looks to John, would be pleased with what I wish to concoct here. Why don't you introduce yourself, one with the sleeves?
well, at the risk of sounding a mite impolite, you do sound like the degens from back home, always cooking up jet or some such nonsense in their basements, with that kind of introduction. But anyways, my name's John, and this is my sister, and we're here from Central Ontario.
Oh, there's some mighty good fishing up in Ontario.
There is.
not as good
Not
as
as good
Quebec,
fishing.
though.
Not as good fishing as Quebec.
But then you gotta
There's-
deal with the Quebecois.
But
Nobody likes
that's
them.
true. We do have that rivalry with the opposing town of Les Heeks, but there is some mighty good fishing in Quebec.
You can call me Snipes.
These
I haven't
tables.
like looked up from my map. Like,
Yeah, so these tables are standing tables. There used to be stools, and now there's not. They all contain sort of rations. It's pretty obvious the way he's divvied up everything. One corner of the 4 standing height tables, an array of chems, and then a couple of weapons stocked with ammo, some pipe workings. But he's made his way down the stairs now, and with a snap of his finger, he'll point, trying to remember already. Now, I didn't catch yours. Do you go by John's sister, or would it be just sister?
Snipes.
Snipes. Well,
Do I have to repeat myself? Okay, good.
Abby, the map. Let's see.
She handed it to me. I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it
You
like
do,
open,
but
and that's
on-
why I did like nonchalant. I haven't like looked up from the mat. I'm just like Snipes. Yeah.
Well, tell me what you
I got
see.
your tongue there, bud.
A psychological test.
Hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't like those.
I prefer them over math tests. That's to be sure.
Okay.
It's a map of a small city. You recognize the roads. You already can spot where you believe you left the car. Once upon a time, you don't think the city really had more than 10,000 citizens, residents. But something about the way it's shaped, it just seems, well, fit. The hill, the placement, the lookout points. If you've got it, then you've got it. There's something about it that just fits. It looks like it was built as a fortress would be. And yet it has been built as such, and now there's nobody here. Nobody but this man, James.
So, I hate her, buddy. Not for nothing, but, you know, you don't seem the most, physically adept person out there. How you done do this all by yourself?
The short answer is it wasn't me. I was late to the game here as the place was tapering off. Now, we had a mayor. We had success. I tried hard as I could. My background, if it wasn't clear, was that of a traveling merchant. Yes, I ran with a caravan here or there. We were lucky. I wasn't skilled at any point with anything worthwhile, yet my caravans delivered on time, not a dead Brahmin in my track record. But I wanted out. I wasn't feeling well. My leg. He looks down to the leg and the matching cane sort of running parallel with it to the floor. He adjusts the lamp, realizing only now how dark it is in here. For continuing, I tried to bring them. The Blue Ridge Caravan, they installed something of a moratorium on this place. It's been hell. To get it lifted, they won't trust the region, despite taking caravans all up and down Route 81. A memo, don't stop at Lexington under any cost. Unreasonable, perhaps, spite. Maybe I wouldn't know why. But this place, once you can see it, I promise you, is ripe with potential.
Hyde somewhat hesitantly strides over to the table with the chems on it and just kind of like gives it half an eye. Do you have a stock sheet, a list of all the supplies you have?
Would you shame me if I told you I keep the numbers in my head?
Not at all. It's got to be kept somewhere, and in your head it's harder to lose, at least for some.
From one man to another, I'll ask, genuinely, do you think I ought to keep track now? And he'll look at you in the eye, pensively scanning, trying to get the mind of an addict, trying to read that from your expression.
Well, I mean, if you say there's potential here, I need to know what we're working with. What I'm trying to ask, and he traces a finger along the edge of this wooden table. Should I be worried about my backstock? I have places I could keep it. If you think neither of us should trust you. He cocks the head again inquisitively. You could lie if you would like. You could attempt to lie here. Or tell the truth, whatever the truth is. If you don't want a brilliant mind squandered, you'll trust me when I say that I take only what I need.
Well, what is it you need?
He is less and less willing to answer these questions. It's very, very obvious. He's, ever since the first mention of Jet, he's been increasingly uncomfortable. And he's bordering on frazzled.
Is this a conversation we can all like hear, or is it like quietly hush? Okay.
Hyde is clearly dancing around the topic, and I'm pretty sure James is trying to be more forthright about what they're talking about here, and Hyde doesn't like it.
Okay.
One second.
Abby just like looks over.
Doc, let's have a moment in the dugout, okay? Is that what Americans say? I don't know.
You get a timeout.
A timeout? All right, let's go do that. See.
Like a word in private, is that what's intended here? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess he follows her and.
Mm-hmm. So, what's your deal with this guy?
He offered an opportunity.
But like, you seem to be doing this weird like word waltz with each other. Like the opportunity was there, but now you're like acting super sus. What's going on?
Look, It's pretty clear at this point what's going on. I think you figured it out. You seem bright.
Yep, this town got built and people left and he's still around. So, because of some river monster.
I kind of meant...
Oh, I was in the shitter, so I didn't hear one part. So I just came back and you looked really upset. So I just, was just checking on you.
Right. Yeah, I guess I must not have noticed you leave.
I can be incredibly ghost-like sometimes.
That'll come in handy, assuming you stick around. He has supplies that I need.
Mm-hmm.
And he seems to be a little judgmental of how many I'm going to consume.
What do you need?
Jet.
Out of characterly, what's Jet?
Jet is a drug.
A drug?
It's like, imagine if they put methamphetamine into like an asthma inhaler.
Gotcha.
You know, like
gotcha.
slow-mo from Judge Dredd?
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
I got you. I'm here now. It's like, you're an addict.
You could put it that way, yes, but there's a little bit more to it than that.
Always is. I'm not judging you. I knew an addict once, and there's like a moment where she like looks to the side and thinks for a second, and she's like, apparently he had a huge horn and I just didn't. Anyway, so he wants your skills, but is reluctant to give you the thing that you need to function for your skills. Do you need negotiation?
It's not just function. It has. It's not just that I need it to function. I need it to live.
I would consider living as a part of functioning.
Right.
Like
it's
the
just
primary
a little bit
function.
more extreme than
Right.
what most
Okay.
people think.
Okay.
I'm surprised that you're so willing to take me at my word at that, if I'm perfectly honest.
Why would you lie?
It's not that I would lie, it's that most people believe that addicts would lie. Or that we would be embellishing the truth.
Regardless, you have something he wants, and you have something that he wants, and he is holding out on you, or you're just afraid of his like judgments?
I don't like to talk about it, and he's making me talk about it.
Gotcha. Well then, don't worry. We'll only talk about it when you initiate it. Hold on a second. Wait here. I'm gonna walk over to James. Hey James, how are you? Snipes, we met already, right? Your shitter is amazing. Great water pressure.
Pristine. Truly the priority.
I can't wait to check out your shower.
Wasteland.
Listen, I need you to just give the doc what he needs. And that way the doc can do what you need and stop like pressuring him. He feels like
a matter
I want to roll a speed
of trust
for this.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the opportunity.
Yeah.
For sure.
Can I help? Can I help?
Yes.
Cause like I feel like Abby's just gonna like stand next to Snipes, just like that looming super mute, like not for nothing, but
Here's, like,
like
the
you know
thing,
she's got at a point, we sort of got you bent over a barrel here.
Yeah, like, 'cause, I mean, we have a truck. We can just leave and find another empty town for us to settle in and build our produce stand. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we can do what is called a group test. Essentially,
Love it.
what that is. Yeah, actually, I want to take a second to detail it, but first I want to ask, who else is in? Who else would like to participate in this group test, and who thinks that they might? So here's the thing. It's not pass or fail because you can introduce complications if you do badly. So throwing a bucket of dice sometimes makes it worse. It depends on if you think you're good at it. We've already got a super mutant in, so...
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Casually. Yeah.
Cash.
I mean, existing here.
Like I imagine she like makes a gesture to put her hand on like Abby's shoulder and instead just like sort of awkwardly pats her head. Like, yeah.
No Andre jumped on that one. Princess Bride. Big old hands.
Yeah, so we've determined the leader, which would be Snipes. You roll a normal dice pool, so 2 d20s, and then you can buy other d20s using action points. I don't think we have any action points left, but luck is on your side. You have so many luck points to use. And then after... Yeah, so then everyone else who helps adds a d20 to that roll, but it's their own version of the attribute. Yes, so it's not like a full check. You would be doing just 1 instead of 2 d20.
Okay.
So you'd be making a speech check. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so 2 dice, right? For me.
Yeah.
All right. Difficulty.
So difficulty is determined by... it's basically an opposed check. So this character makes the check first, which I have made, and then you go back in, and then you make a check based on it. The difficulty is 3, is what I'm trying to say.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we've got to meet 3 successes. All right, and...
Okay.
It's 2, and
Starting
they're both
off-
critical
Ooh.
because speech. It's a special for me. So there we
Speech is a tag skill for you.
go.
Okay.
Um,
So if it's a
you-
tag skill and you get a success, it's automatically a crit success?
yes.
Okay.
If you roll
believe.
equal or under on a tag skill.
Yes. So here's the tricky thing here with the wording, because it is 2d20. I believe it is that if you roll equal or under the skill, but not the attribute. So the charisma is not counted. If you rolled a 6 or under, it would be a critical success. But I think what happened is you got 2 successes, but neither of them were 6 or under. So it's not any critical successes. However, if we dogpile and get as many successes as possible, we can generate action points. So just winning it isn't enough. We want as many successes just to knock it out of the park.
To help, I am rolling 1 dice, right?
Yes, as a speech check.
Okay. And difficulty is 3?
Yes, difficulty's 3. Yeah, but we're gonna add it to the difficulty. Yeah.
Okay. Ah, dang.
We have luck points
Use a luck point. Use a luck
that you may
point.
use.
All right. Sure. I will use a luck point. Let's try this again, buddies.
There we go.
Hey, there we go.
That's what
Hey.
I'm looking at.
Look at that. All right. Well,
I also have this as a tag skill. So, is that a crit success?
It would say
No, because
if
you did
look
not get it.
up-
Okay.
Yeah.
a 2 or under. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But okay. So we know the outcome is a success. Go ahead. Go off, Queen.
It's like, listen, remember this conversation that we had about manners? You have none.
Yeah.
And you know what's really, 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 I'm talking to James, what's really, really, really fucking rude is if you pressure somebody over substance that they need and treat them like they have some kind of disease. It's, no offense, bud. So I need you to you just not gonna do that. We're gonna talk like civilized folk here because I thought that's what Yanks were all about. Apparently not you, but we can fix that. It's fine. Listen. You give the doctor what he needs. They give you what you need. It's easy. Also, where are you hiding your beer?
The whole time Snipes is talking, like, Abby's just, like, silently, like, you know, again, pantomiming in the background, like, yeah, you don't wanna.
What? Listen, who raised this man? Because clearly his mama didn't.
Oh, I don't really like to speak kindly unkindly about someone's mom, but, you know, you'd be breaking
Not
her
speaking
heart.
unkindly about his mom, just the lack of his manners.
I bet he probably doesn't even call her on a Sunday.
Oh man.
She, like,
Looks like your mom
squints at
on
him.
Sunday.
Sorry about that. I disconnected for a second.
I mean, it's okay. We're like berating this guy about like
Yeah.
Not
calling
perfect.
his mom. Like,
He probably doesn't call
like
his
there
mom
is
on a
just
Sunday. Yeah.
there's Wisconsin and Ontario prairie chirping happening at this dude right now. He is too fly, okay?
Ah,
Well, it really was. It was the
just
third
breaking
success
her
that
heart
was the
all
nail
over the place.
Yeah.
in the coffin.
Just,
I was wondering what puddle I stepped in, and I'm betting that was your mom's tears at what kind of man her son's become.
When we first met, James will look at Dr. Hyde. I was a different creature. I could have been a role model to any wastelander. That is not me any longer.
I couldn't imagine that was you at any point.
But you can see, we share something. Most people that would make it this far share something. And where's the map during all of this?
I've rolled it up at this point. Like, and I'm just like...
Stare at the map. We can make something here. When the morning comes, weather permitting, I'll show you Lexington. I'll show you a place safe, a castle on a hill, and one to which raiders can't seem to hold. Do we have our problems? We have many. I have the knowledge of the solutions in mind. I don't have. We can work. We can draft this. We can rest. Dr. Hyde, I'd like to speak with you about getting this place operational. John, if you're looking to build a utopia, it's the least I can do. Should you be the one to help found this place?
I'm not looking to build Noah's Ark or anything like that. Just want to set up a little farm. Run a produce stand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
A
anyways,
couple of dogs.
take a little couple of
Oh
puppers.
yeah. You
A couple
gotta
of
get
dogs
the
and a couple of puppers. And just make sure
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
knows that I'm the toughest guy in Lexington. I think
Oh,
that's the more
hey
important
there.
one.
I mean, you know, there might be some competition there. Not for nothing, but
Well,
I'm no
always.
slouch.
Ooh.
He's just gonna like just scowl and just be like,
It's
I'd
okay
like to
there,
politely-
buddy, you know.
I'd like to politely remind you that I was the toughest guy in my hometown, and now that I'm here, I plan on being the toughest guy here, too.
I mean, I'll give you that you're the toughest guy. But if the question is toughest person, you know, then there's gonna be a minor disagreement. Some sort of dispute we might have to resolve with fisticuffs.
As I'm all for
great.
equal opportunities and equal rights, I'm not so comfortable in the thought of fighting a woman, even if she might be 7 foot tall and green.
Why, I was a soldier, you know.
Prefers
Still-
wrestling.
I have spare rooms in this building if you're looking to rest. The sun isn't down, but it's so pleasantly dark in here, wouldn't you agree? Maybe I'm old, maybe I like to sleep, but I'm feeling as if I should retire. Help yourself to my rations. Spare me the ammo. If this goes south, it seems I might need it. And you can hear sort of that sound, that distant calamity outside. But he'll make his way
I
up
hope
the
the
stairs
melons are gonna
slowly.
be okay. Did you take the melons with us? We took the melons. Can't just leave our melons in the bed of a car.
I brought one with me, and a corn and a
Okay.
corn. In case I need to.
I thought about
Yeah.
bringing one or two with me, but, you know, I didn't want you to think that, like, I was doing something untoward, you know? So I'm sorry.
It's fine. Yeah.
I appreciate
As long
your
as we can,
restraint
like, keep
towards my
seeds, it's
melons.
Oh, yeah. You know, again, like, you don't lay hands on a melon without asking permission first.
It's good to know that at least in Wisconsin they have proper manners when it comes to handling other person's melons.
Oh, yeah. We're great respecters of autonomy in Fond du Lac.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
All right. Well, actually, this
stand
would be a
by.
good opportunity to move into some scavenging mechanics. You all have the inventory you started with. I think we have some melons, some other supplies. Of course, you have a car, but the question is, how much of this person's stuff can you pick through before he gets angry? That's sort of the gamble to make here, as well as how much you can carry. But there seems to be all sorts of items here, as if like a merchant had a shop that shut down all of a sudden. Something of a hoarder, but all this stuff is pretty useful. That's wasteland wealth for you. I imagine as a rule of thumb, you could probably take up to 30 caps worth of stuff collectively before he starts to get a little angry. Could also loot it all and kill him, but that really depends on the type of person you are. He's going to go retire for the night, but I want to ask what you lot would do for the rest of the evening.
Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but we should get hammered.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Well,
You guys
feeling
have
like a
cigars
7
in the
beer
duffel
day.
bed.
Oh, yeah.
What do you say, Doc?
I suppose it has been a while since I got hammered.
Oh, I betcha that we can crack open one of them melons and, you know, pour some, like, paint thinner or something that'll really put the hair on your chest.
I
I
mean,
met a gang of
look at all
raiders who
this-
did that with turpentine and melons. It went about
You
as
know,
well
the
as you would
melon
expect
just
for
takes
them.
the edge off.
I couldn't tell if they were brain damage from the turpentine, the drugs, the looting, the murder, or the radiation. So, at this point, I don't think the health effects can be that much more detrimental than what your everyday life throws at you.
Oh yeah.
It's okay. I got my iodine vaccination. For the radiation.
Mm. So
We were able to get them around the war very easily because, you know, socialized healthcare and all of that.
That's a jab James wouldn't hear. It appears that the creak of the bed has already announced his departure for the night. But before you is, well, a store of alcohol. The real question is, are we existing tonight in celebration? Is this a beverage to cool one off, or are we feeling competitive? That's really the question.
Oh, we got a toughest guy competition.
Well, we
Yeah.
definitely have a tough guy competition.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Toughest pal here. So I guess the real question is who reaches for a drink first, and how strong is the drink?
Oh, John is going directly for the rock gut. He's going straight for the whiskey.
Yeah. And yeah, I imagine that it's one of those things where Abby just sort of almost comically tries to line up shots, but you know, her hands are so big that it just is really funny.
Oh yeah.
She
They're like
just
thimbles.
puts a finger in one and then boop.
Like little thimbles
Yo.
dressed along the fingertips.
Alright, you ready for this toughest guy competition, buddy?
Well, I suppose this will do in lieu of the normal physical manner, but let's have at her. Pitter patter, let's go.
Oi,
Let's
you
get
know,
at her.
this doesn't look like a great place for a fisticuff, you know?
Why don't you just instead of fisticuffing, why don't you just arm wrestle?
We could do that. Her
Doc, can
biceps
we
as
clear off-
big as his face.
Doc, help me clear off this card table right here. Come on. Let's
you are a doctor,
let's
yeah?
get these brutes.
I have my PhD. Yes, I'm a biochemist. Specifically.
Okay, so then
I'm
what
not
you're
exactly-
saying is if I accidentally rip his arm off, you know, by accident, you could just grow him a new one, yeah?
Well, first things
bold.
first, I don't want to hear no whining when you do lose.
Oh boy, I like
Ooh.
the gumption in this one.
Just grabs the
That's a
whiskey and
can-do
just
attitude.
downs it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. What we're dealing with here, now that we can introduce another mechanic, will be
Yeah.
opposed checks. Essentially, what that means is one of you make a check. The difficulty
Okay.
isn't known. You want as many successes as possible because your number of successes will be the difficulty for the other character. You can spend luck points, but you can't spend action points because action points are shared, and that wouldn't be fair to our poor player opponent. If it were an NPC, you could, but so just for this one, we're going to do... who initiated this one? That's really the question.
Well, Abby did say it's we
Yeah.
have a toughest guy contest to do.
Oh
so.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll roll first,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Let's
Okay.
do... Yeah,
Two
it would
dice?
be... Yeah, I guess it's melee...
Or do you
Oh,
so it's an
melee or
unarmed
athletics?
fighting check.
or
It's-
athletics?
It's
Wouldn't it be
unarmed
athletics?
skill check. So I think, yeah, it's like on the very end of your skills, there should be an unarmed skill, unless maybe it is under weapons.
It is unarmed. Yeah,
Um,
there is.
Really? I would think it'd be athletics because it's like, strength-based competition.
Oh, yeah.
I'm fine with either.
Pushing,
one.
pulling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will.
I'm
roll
perfectly
that.
happy with either.
And you have luck points to spend to make these rerolls get as many successes as possible.
Hey!
Okay. All right. 2 successes from 2 dice rolled. The difficulty is 2. I don't think we have any other ways to further extend it. If you spent an action point, had this been a regular check, we could have added a die in there. There are a couple other ways to sort of game it. And then, for example, if you had situational modifiers, like if you had the upper hand for some other reason, it would make it a little bit harder. But we have no other modifiers, so we're looking at difficulty 2.
Let me just quickly check to see if there's any buff out on the table.
Oh, we're playing dirty.
Any what?
1, 2, 3,
He
4.
has any
You
buff out
technically
on the
could.
table. Yeah, no,
Cool.
John's not gonna play that way. John's not that dirty.
Hmm.
It's a good plan. I like the plan.
Oh yeah.
That is good.
Let's do this. Oh!
Oh, heck!
Oh!
Oh!
Do it. Ooh.
Oh, heck! Oh,
Oh.
that's so good.
2 successes.
That's so good.
Critical.
met it. So you beat it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got the 1, so
Oh,
it was a
man.
critical. You managed to just
Oh,
use
yeah.
that strength
Two
against her.
That's
Mm.
2 crits.
Oh.
Oh man.
Oh, that is absolutely fantastic. 2 crits. Oh, so you got critical successes. Does that mean it came out to a total of 4 successes? Because
Yeah,
I think
basically.
the way, yeah, I'm just trying to do the math here because you might have generated action points from that.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, without having to parse out the semantics, it looks like we've gained 2 action points for that. That's going to put us at 3 action points banked along the group. There is a ceiling to it. That is something to strategize with. You can have no more than 6, so you want to spend it as you get it, much like basically any other resource.
Yeah.
In Fallout. It's not limited
Yeah.
to the tabletop game. But really the night has only just begun. It seems like our friend James here is passed right out. You have everything you need for a good time, all to his dismay, if you so choose. But I want to ask Snipes and Dr. Hyde, what's a night of celebration and relaxation for either of you?
I mean, Snipes has kind of like how every time her big brother is in a altercation, so to say, Snipes has like a position in a certain spot where she will wait for him until he succeeds, because as long as she's known her brother, which is her entire life, he's always has succeeded. So she just takes that moment. Here's the thing, like, the way that this works out, like, initially is, like, he takes, like, the bottle of whiskey, shoots it, and, like, hands it to his sister, and she will, like, shoot it, and then, like, after the win, will, like, hand the bottle to, like, there's no shot glasses, it's just, like, pass the bottle to the doc. Be like, that was riveting, wasn't it, Doc?
I will admit, I I have a thing for men who aren't afraid to get their hands dirty.
It's my brother
I'm
you're
not
talking
certain
about.
if your brother... Yeah, it is. And I think
Easy
you
there,
would be the one to
Squidward.
best know if he swings that way.
No, he doesn't.
Okay. Fine by me. I can
You know,
appreciate
it's okay to
distance.
look. It's okay to look. Just don't order from the menu.
Fine by me. Plenty of
Yeah.
men in the wasteland.
Sorry. You know, there was this
Please.
guy one time. What's up, Abby? Go
Oh
ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, I was just about to, like, there's this guy one time as, like, Snipes just kind of goes into, like, a story about a preacher that once had it for her brother, but, the preacher, the bartender, he really, like, it's, like, I don't know, family trait. We just tend to attract people wherever we meet. I mean, we found the two of you, right?
You run into a lot out there. Ghouls,
Yeah, but, you know,
sweet skits.
we don't always give them a ride in our truck. Excuse me, in my truck.
Bit possessive,
Wow,
are
we
you?
picked you up, though. What was that, Celeste? I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I forget what I said.
Yeah, my audio, I'm waiting for the, I'm watching the stream, waiting for the subtitles to come and, like, so I would, like,
yeah.
respond to it. Yeah. Yeah.
I genuinely don't remember what I said. It's
Just
gone.
don't remember. It's fine. It's like, yeah. I wonder if, like, so how do you know this guy? You know. And I, like, motion upstairs.
I don't know him that well. He bumped into me and made me an offer. And I don't want to say I didn't have anything better going on, but there's that whole thing where if I don't have some jet on me at all times, I will die. And I figured this was a way to get some, maybe. If nothing else, it'd be a way to set up somewhere safe that I could cook it myself.
Fair. So you're thinking, so once you start cooking, are you thinking of, I don't know, opening, like, a jet shop?
I will get to a point where I'll have more than I need, and selling it could be profitable, but the real end goal is to figure out if I can, for lack of a better term, fix myself.
What's broken?
My heart, not in the romantic sense.
You broke it. You broke it.
Not in the romantic sense.
Well, that's boring.
It's a side effect of the stuff. It's messed it up so bad that if I stop using, it'll just quit.
They can write
If
a
I
comic
can-
book about that once.
If I can fix that, then I won't need to use anymore. But I'd have to figure out how to fix it.
We just gotta keep you juiced up until we can fix your heart.
Mm.
And that's been my last several decades.
So Praedustan would actually do very well for you because you need fiber.
Genuinely don't see what that has to do with it.
It's a part
Fiber
of
is
a balanced diet.
Fiber is
Keeps
really
you
good for your
regular,
heart.
don't you know?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't just keep you regular, right? It also is good for your heart, and it keeps your blood pressure low so your heart doesn't work out so much. And because if you're, like any muscle, if your heart is working out, it's just going to enlarge and not feel great. So what it is, it's like, if she's going to go into, like, this surprisingly, like, well-educated, like, into heart health, like, she can tell you, like, just goes into, like, how fiber in food just, like, is really good for your heart, and we should get you grapes.
It is very clear that Abby is just smiling and nodding during that whole speech, like, oh yeah!
You know what? I wonder if he has wine here. It's just liquid grapes, and it can get you hammered.
Fancy bro like that guy is definitely gotta have some of the
He
wine
has
juice
got
in
to
here.
have some wine.
Oh yeah.
Let's look for some wine.
Um,
And this white lady is about to look for some wine, okay? As much as she enjoys whiskey with the boys, it's like
wine at
we're
Snipes.
worried about the doctor. We're worried about the doctor's heart, okay?
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Abby's gonna offer a very friendly handshake to and a pat on the back to John, just like, oh boy, oh buddy, you really caught me off guard there. They roll proper stuff up in the north, don't you know? I ain't even mad about that one. Whoa.
I thought you were kidding about ripping my arm off, and I had me worried for about a minute there.
Oh no, I don't joke about, removing appendages from people.
Because normally when someone says they're going to
It
rip my
would be
leg
an
off and beat me
accident
to
though,
death
because
with
I
it.
like ya.
Normally when someone says they're going to rip my leg off and beat me to death with it, there's slight exaggeration involved.
Well, yeah, no. I know you
Sometimes.
don't really know me that much, but I'm not prone to exaggeration, Like, my mom didn't raise me like that. You gotta be honest and upfront.
I'll keep it in mind for the future that you don't prefer hyperboles.
Well, yeah. But, again, that was some real impressive wrestling there, buddy. I'm definitely okay with you being the toughest guy in town.
I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
Which is good, because
This
I
is-
always know who to call on for a fight.
Oh, yeah.
This is an opportunity. If anybody wishes to spend a luck point, there are 4 different luck spend in the core rulebook. We've already used Misfortune, which is an opportunity to reroll 1d20 or 3 weapon dice. We haven't gotten into a combat yet, but luck of the draw essentially is an exchange. You spend 1 point of the subcurrency of luck, and you get to optionally, at the discretion of the game master, that I'm calling the overseer, you can add some sort of small detail or plot working that would work in your favor, the equivalent of a luck point. If there's something you'd be looking for while scavenging that you would need, for example, you could happen to find it if you think luck be on your side. But if anybody has anything in mind, this is the safest place to do it, with no raiders in sight. I think you're muted.
I think you're muted as well.
I would like to spend a luck point. Then, for luck of the draw, as I am looking through this guy's cabinet, and somewhere in the back of this is this lovely night. Excuse me. What year is it?
2077. want to say
1970.
It ends in 7-8, I believe.
Okay.
yeah,
So,
2078.
Okay, so we're in 2078. Okay, cool. So a lovely 2050 vintage of a bourbon barrel aged Zinfandel, please.
Ooh.
You know, for the good doctor's heart.
Oh yeah.
Anybody got a corkscrew?
Nothing but the best for Doc.
Nothing for the best for Doc.
That's a bicentennial. That is.
It's even got a bison on the label, see? 1.2. We had a...
Yeah.
A bicentennial. Ha. 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 Ha.
Nice. Fantastic.
It's like,
Where was I
pull
even
that one
at
out.
then this year? Ooh,
That's right. How old are
I don't
you, Doc?
remember.
You don't remember how old you were?
Well, let me see. It's been how many years since the bombs dropped? 50
Bicentennials.
So I think I gotta be pushing 123.
Ah,
Something like
dang.
that. I don't. Yeah.
Good for you, buddy.
That's like my great-great-granddad's age. Like just great-granddad's age. Yeah.
Yeah, let me get a swig of that. Actually, whew, I
yeah,
really
I
don't
just wanna
like putting the
swig.
numbers out there like that.
Huh.
I'm not gonna lie, this might be the fanciest thing I have ever drank. Like, normally, I'm just, making some corn husk, like,
So-
some barley or whatever. It's,
Hang on a second, though. Like, cause Doc here was making some moves on your brother, but like, wouldn't that be some major cradle robbing action there? Like, how does that work?
Oh, well, I don't know. I figure it's, like, the elves in the Lord of the Rings or whatever. The Hobbit.
Yeah, I just try not to
No,
think
isn't
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause like usually the rule is like that 1/2+7 thing. You know,
Something.
but
But,
like I don't really
you know, we
do the
haven't
math, but that could be
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I think
No,
I'm just
I don't-
not
I
gonna
don't-
think about it. Thanks. And
Okay.
he like
You know what I
grabs the
learned?
wine bottle
You know-
and just takes the cork out with his teeth.
Ah, yeah.
Mm.
There you go, buddy. Right to it.
Might not be my
Yeah,
brother
okay.
that he has to worry about.
We're just gonna
Oh,
pretend this
should we have
discussion
included
never
you in the
happened.
toughest guy competition?
No, you shouldn't. That wouldn't have gone over well. You want to talk
You
about
wanna
ripping
arm
arms
wrestle my
off?
brother? Yeah, you wanna arm wrestle my brother? It might be the closest thing that you'll ever get to action with him.
I told you that in confidence.
Oh.
Did you? Because she overheard as I pointed at Abby. Like, must be super mean.
At least John is just like too busy drinking to like actually pay attention to what you guys are talking about. He's already mostly done his bottle of whiskey.
Hey, brother. We got a bicentennial bourbon barreled Zinfandel. Do you want to get in on that? Actually, your inner Midwestern white lady.
A bicentennial, you say?
Yeah.
Well, sure. Meet me over here and we can share some. I don't want to start any beef by refusing you.
10-4. Oh,
Excellent. Perhaps you
The,
can fill up a drinking horn for me.
yeah, the doc already like pulled the cork out with his teeth. Very impressive considering corks are normally like this deep inside of a bottle.
Oh yeah.
Like you gotta
That
that
was
is
an
some
impressive-
talent, Doc. You
It was an impressive
you've
feat
got
of
to have had
dexterity.
yeah, like me see your tongue.
Yeah. The things you can do with the mouth.
He is turning multiple shades of red.
Oh, he's shy. Don't
Oh,
worry,
that is
kitten.
great.
I won't tell. Yeah.
I can't
I
help
know,
but
I don't
feeling
have
I've missed
anything.
more than just the uncorking of this bottle. But in any case, hand over the liquor and I'll do my best to give you my sommelier experience.
Yeah, here you go.
Oh, is that one of them Quebec words?
It could very well be, and you just chug so much from the bottle. It
It's a
tastes like fermented
vintage.
grape juice.
That's the whole
Mm.
point. We're worried about the Doc's heart.
Oh yeah.
Well, if this is for the doc, then why the hell am I drinking it?
Because it's a whole bottle. Like,
Oh yeah. You know,
4
again,
glasses
we got
bottle
the
or
big
something,
brain
yeah.
on Doc and that small buddy. We don't want to kill him.
no.
Well, if it's for doc, then why? I don't get it. Shouldn't he be drinking the
You
whole
wanted
bottle
your
then? if it's
sommelier
for him?
experience.
That was before I knew I was taking somebody else's medicine. Now you've basically turned me into one of these degens from upcountry, always knocking over pharmacies and stealing other people's medications.
Ah,
You're
gosh.
a terrible influence, Sis.
That's not what this is about. We were all gonna have some of the
Constantly leading
wine.
folks down into the path of temptation.
Ah, really?
Nobody here is
She
tempting you,
seems-
bud.
Yeah, it just seemed pretty straightforward. Like, I would think if she was doing the temptation thing, it'd be way more subtle. Like, yeah?
Plus, that's gross. I'm
Well-
your sister.
Get your mind out of the gutter there, sis. That's not exactly what I was talking about. Temptation can be more than just sexual, but you would know that if you didn't spend so much time toe curling.
I do tend to chirp.
Oh man,
Oh,
and
curl.
we are neck
Every
deep
town we stop.
in quite a conversation, far from the car. It is about early evening now.
Had a beer.
Yeah, and we're sort of just trying to see what this place is about. You were handed that drink, and when you're handed the drink, John, we can make what we have equivalent to a perception check. So just let's just do flat perception attribute, if we can. Perhaps, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, searching, it could be a survival check. Yeah, let's make it as a survival check, if we can.
Ooh. What's the difficulty on it?
The difficulty is... Let's do 1.
All right.
Wolf, spin those luck points, bud.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend
Ooh.
a luck point on that.
Yeah, that's 0 successes there, bud.
How did I manage that? Ooh, that was bad rolling.
Yeah,
Oh my God, I
that
got
wasn't
this
quite the
one. I got
check.
this
We
one
spending
back.
luck point?
Yeah. Is that just for 1 die or 2 die?
You'll re-roll 1 die per luck point spend. You can spend more.
That's statistically improbable. 15 on both of those. Gross.
Oh, tisk, tisk, tisk.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh.
You got another one, bud. You want to use it?
You do. That's what these are for.
All right. 1 more luck point. Let's go for it. There we go. Phew.
All right. Well, and it'd be a good thing that you did that because You've managed to dodge something. A plate seemed to shift. It's a weird feeling to feel like weightlessness for a second, sort of like buoyancy in the air. You feel it when you drink, like there's that sort of weight lifted, except you were feeling it kind of like, it felt sort of like an elevator. And you only realized in the last second before you reacted, it's because something is coming from underneath one of these tile floors. Pushes open just before shattering, burrowing up, the size of a child. A mole rat emerges from the ground. Its
Is
teeth
it naked?
would be longer than your own fingers. It is, yeah, I mean, nude as all get out and wrinkly too. This thing is right in front of you, John. We can roll initiative.
Oh yeah, that's
Initiative.
good eating.
All right.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, initiative is it's baked into your stat, and I think it is actually just a flat
see it.
number.
It's-
Oh no,
it's
it is rolled.
initiative.
And it's-
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. There will be no
Okay.
bonuses provided
No.
from this initiative because it's already derived. So just go ahead and roll them
Yeah.
into chat, and we'll do a sort here. 13 we have Hyde, 12 we have Snipes, at 10 we have Abby and John. The order in which you two go would be up to you.
I'll go last.
All right. Dr. Hyde, what were you doing before this happened? Before the incident?
I was probably over by the chems table, to be honest.
All right. Yeah, that puts you at medium range. You are one zone away. What would you like to do? You've heard something, but I don't know if you see it.
Definitely gonna look. Because that doesn't sound good. What did they do? Did they break something?
Yeah, I'd agree. Well, so you use for your actions, you have a minor action and you have a major action. Minor action would be movement. So real quick, just to recap, you will use a minor action to move. You move up to one zone so now you're in close range, or any position within medium range. But so now you are close enough to see what is going on. You still have your major actions, and you've realized that a mole rat has attacked.
Great! I think the gun is probably coming off my back. Notably, I have not set it down, but I'm going to need to back up probably before I can effectively fire.
Right.
It isn't
Inside of a
exactly
compound.
a close-range weapon.
You want the wine bottle and you want to just go in and knock it on the head?
I mean, if I'm close enough to clonking on the head, I think at that point I'm just going to be taking the butt of the rifle and trying to jam it.
Yeah, I mean, interesting. So typically you can only make one minor action without spending action points. But if you're not making a major action, I'll let you draw with the major action because drawing an item is so minor. And then next round, you'll have your weapon ready to go. You can aim and fire as two independent actions. That should give you a really good shot. That takes us to Snipes.
I was kind of hanging out with the doc, so I'm gonna like look around with him and see this mole rat. And you said we're medium length away from him?
So you are in the close
Oh, okay.
zone
Like I
because
said,
you
I
were
was
right
hanging out
in
with
that
Doc.
room.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you were
I
hanging out
was
with
in
Doc.
the
Yeah,
room.
so
I'm in
you
the
are you are a zone
yeah.
away. Yep.
Okay. I could just kind of like peek out the room and see this mole rat
Okay.
and like yeah, we're inside of a house. So I'm gonna finish
Yeah.
off the wine bottle as my minor action. And I'm gonna chuck it at the rat.
All right. You can make a throw action.
Throw.
It should be in your character sheet as if it were a weapon. We're
Yep.
going to throw a bottle at this thing. Well, I mean, that's a good way to
Wow.
take care of aggro, if I do say so myself.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happens.
No. Alright, so 2 dice. Difficulty level.
Yep.
Is it?
The difficulty is going to be the defense of the creature of 1 for a mole rat.
Alright. No successes. I'm gonna spend a luck point. Let's do it. I have a bunch of them. Like,
All right.
maybe it, like, bounces off of the table. Let's do it. So it's just 1 dice with the reroll, though, right? From what I understand.
Yeah, so you can re-roll
Okay.
any dice 1 time with a luck point
Gotcha.
spent.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And still difficulty 1. Nope, I miss. Or, yeah, I miss. It's cool. And I'm just
Oh.
like, as like I throw it and it just like bounces, like you just hear it go, fuck. It's all
Yeah,
you guys.
Yeah, we all need to take a turn adding to the calamity.
Yeah.
All right, next. Would you believe it? I think the mole rat is next.
Okay.
Let's pull up this. Let's mole up this character sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Slash stat block. But well, of course, it's here to do one thing, and it's eat John. So, we're gonna make an attack. I am gonna roll. Essentially, creatures have 2 stats. It's body and mind. Each one covers 3 of the special, but we're going to be rolling body plus melee. So the goal is 6/GM roll. We have 1 success and 1 failure. John, is your defense 1 or is it 2? I think it's 1.
1.
Got it.
Yep.
So this will be a hit. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 attack dice. I don't know if I have the attack dice on Roll20. So if you would be so kind, I'm going to borrow your character sheet and roll an attack. We are looking at 4 piercing physical damage. All right, you take 1 point of damage. But
To what location? Because I do have armor, and it has 1 point
Ooh,
of damage.
right.
resistance.
Yes. So nothing was specified when the attack was made. So we're going to, if you could do it, so I'm not tied to your fate here. If you get concussed, roll a 20-sided die for me. Pull up the hit locations table.
18 is the right leg, I believe.
You got an 18? Yeah, so that would be a bite to the right leg fitting, as you're right on the floor. But do you have resistance there?
I have 1 DR there.
Oh,
One
all
physical,
right.
one
Lucky.
physical damage resistance.
Look at that. So we're at 0 points. Now, I believe it's for the turn. It's either Abby or yourself.
I think Abby was going to go first.
All right.
Okay. I would like to hit it with my baseball bat. How do I go
Smart.
about doing this?
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to make an attack roll.
Okay.
It should be logged like a skill. We're not rolling damage just yet, and that's sort of
Okay.
like an explosive. Yeah, so you're just a melee.
Then, okay. Is there any bonus or anything?
No, this will be as if it's basically it's a lot like a skill check, except you're
Okay.
meeting the you're meeting the DC. So
Okay.
with the DC being the defense of the creature, which is 1, so it's not
Okay.
too hard.
What? What is
Hmm.
that? What does that mean?
Oh, you rolled the damage dice. I've got you. I will roll
Oh,
a
so I just roll regular melee? Like on
yeah,
the
roll
skill thing?
melee weapons. No, and then that's if
Okay.
you deal damage. Yep.
Okay, and 2 dice? Right?
Yes. Yep. So that should be the 2d20. Yep, it's baked right into the.
Okay, and
Oh,
difficulty
actually,
doesn't
it's actually
matter?
just 1. I forgot. So it's versus the defense of the creature, and the creature has 1
Okay.
defense. So it's versus 1.
Okay, so we're rolling 1 dice, right?
Yep.
Wait, am I
No,
rolling
no,
1
sorry.
or 2 dice?
No, it's 2 dice, difficulty 1.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
All
yeah,
right.
you tripped
All
me up-
right.
tripped me up
Cool.
there. Yeah.
So I had it right. You just confused me with the order of operations.
Well, no, it's,
Okay.
so it's difficulty 1. Yep.
All right. Cool.
Hey! All
There we go.
right. Look at that. And if I have it correct, 1 success was all you needed, and you got 2. We gain an action point from that, and then
Yay.
from there you will deal the damage listed for a bat. So you can go
Okay,
ahead and roll that bobble icon like you did last time.
Okay. Cool. I think that's right.
Fantastic. Yep, 2 points of damage.
Cool.
All right. And then you do have a minor action if you would like to take it, which would include drawing an item, interacting with an item, movement. It's a lot like move actions, and take chems if you have any. But I don't think you have any. You could pick something up on a table if you would like, since there seems to be like a lot of stuff around. But I'll leave that up to you.
I mean, I would have imagined like her minor action would have been to grab the bat and whack it.
All right.
If drawing is an action.
Oh, yeah. So you did draw. Yep,
Yeah.
You're right. You did not have it
Mhm.
out. Okay. All right. Last in initiative, and fighting for his life against this mutant rat. John, what are you doing?
So John is going to take aim and just clock this giant mole rat square in the jaw.
Ooh. Okay.
And I'm going to use an action point to add another die. I think is it
Excellent.
1 action point or 2 action points for another roll die?
So the first time it's going to cost 1.
Okay.
And then the second time it's going to cost 2. Then the third time it's going to cost 2 as well. You'd spend a total of 5.
Mhm.
If I think I have the math correct. I'll double check it. It ends up being a ton of action points. The maximum, regardless, is rolling 5 dice.
Yeah.
From that.
So
But yeah, so you can add 1 for 1 action point. It's easy. It's cheap. It's probably the best play in most scenarios, anyway.
I'm pretty happy adding 1, and then I think it's the difficulty 2 because I'm aiming.
Ah, yes. So aiming would, and what are you aiming for?
His head.
For the head, okay. Smart. Yes, difficulty 2.
3 successes.
Ooh. All right. Okay. You see, you got to spend action points to make action points. That's what I say. Ugh.
And
Absolutely love
I
it.
also
Okay.
have the Iron Fist perk and Paralyzing Palm perks, so I do extra damage, and I add a stun to the attack.
Okay. All right. So 2 damage added to the 2 that we've already witnessed. You've gained an action point net. We gained 1, spent 1. We've gained another 1 yet, which means we're currently sitting at 4 out of 6. It's not anything to watch yet, but it's definitely something you're going to want to spend. How does your those perks? What other damage are you adding?
That's it. It's just a +1 to the damage to add your to your damage dice added, which I did.
Okay.
And then yeah, so it adds the stunning effect onto it. And I had that pulled up on the rule book, and unfortunately, I think I moved away from it. It was on.
Yeah, I see it here. The stun effect, if 1 or more effects are rolled, the target cannot take their normal actions on their next turn. A stunned character or creature can still spend AP to take additional actions as normal. So in a turn, you get a major and a minor action, and then you spend action points to gain more. They essentially get none of their default actions. They will have to spend their action points in order to get them. So for all intents and purposes, with a GM without action points, such as myself, it looks like we've sealed this critter's fate. But not yet, because Dr. Hyde, you're locked and loaded, aren't you?
I believe so. I'm just trying to fumble with my character sheet and try to figure out how to set up my weapon, and because I didn't do that.
Oh, you're fine. I could probably find it too. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
As we're getting into. You have an energy weapon, is that correct?
Yeah.
I will track this weapon, but who knows if we need it? Because you have to make that energy weapon skill check for me. And I wanted to ask, because you have really good energy weapons, you have like a +4 by those 4 ranks. I wanted to ask if you wanted to take your minor action to aim first, to give you.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm just gonna aim for a body shot, just because Sean seems to have the head under control, and I don't want to accidentally hit him.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. So difficulty 2. Let me know how many successes you get. If you want, you can spend an action point. This might be a great place to use it.
And that'll give me an extra die.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. And then difficulty 2, 1 success. I think I'm gonna do a reroll on one of those. I'm gonna do a reroll on one of those. That sounds right.
Yep.
There we go. Boom.
Ooh, and you got under your rank, so you did get a critical success. Or you got a nat 1. I can't really see, but yeah. So 1, 2, and because it's a critical success, you gain the action point that you spent back. It's like a quarter on a string. As far as damage, I can't find.
A lot of the energy weapons are like 3.
It's an energy rifle, is that correct?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
Let's see. Ugh, and it makes my heart scream seeing the insanity in these weapons in the late game. Fat Man's Flamers, Gatling rifles. I shouldn't have gone to the big guns. It's just going to make me sad. Weapon mods galore. We're going to have some fun downtime. Energy weapons. I think I've got it. I think I found it.
Yeah.
Is it a laser musket? Or is it a laser gun? I think it's a laser gun.
Laser gun? Okay.
Yes. It's 4 weapon dice, and it is piercing 1, which we will get to it if we get to it with the weapon effect. So just crank that puppy all the way to 4, and then right? Let's see.
Yeah.
Energy weapons. Let's hit it. We've rolled 2 damage total from the 4 that's been run. You've dealt 6 damage so far to this mole rat. You don't know how much health it has. But next in initiative, Snipes.
I think Val is still frozen right now.
Oh, got it. Okay, that's fine. What we'll do is we'll just bump later. This creature is next, and we'll make another attempt at you, John, trying maybe to pull you under. Both of those. Wow, those were terrible rolls. 0 successes. As this thing can't manage to get a nab on you, but I think maybe this is an opportunity for it. Well, it would have been, wouldn't it? We have a minor action. It cannot burrow, but it's going to attempt to get away from you now, feeling that it can't get a grip on you. So he'll scurry along, looking for a corner to escape, somewhere else to dig out of. Abby, I think you're next on initiative.
Oh yeah. So the thing's trying to flee, right?
Yeah, that seems to be it.
So everybody's just going to see Abby's like eyes go like bloodshot, and she's just like, "You fucking get back here, dinner!" And I have the pain train perk, so I'm gonna do that.
Pain train?
Oh, the pain train perk. Oh, okay. We can't gloss over what this perk is. It requires certain things, certain boxes. We really did check for this game. Pain Train is absolutely hilarious. I want to make sure I get it right, but
Hi, I'm
Pain
back,
Train.
and for some reason my camera decided that its exposure wanted to change automatically from restarting my computer. I don't know. So, hey, what's up? We're really bright right now.
Radioactive ambience. It's that
radioactive exactly what's happening. Yeah, sure.
I don't want to set the world on
we'll
fire.
We'll fix this later.
I just want to reset your exposure. So the Pain Train. If you thought this game didn't have wacky, quirky feats, you were wrong. Let's highlight this. You may charge as a major action if you are wearing power armor or are a super mutant, and we happen to have a super mutant in the group. It's a movement action, and you may not move or sprint at the same turn. When you take this action, you move into reach of an enemy within medium range, which we got, and make a strength plus athletics, so the athletic skill check, with a difficulty of 2. If you succeed, the enemy suffers damage equal to your normal damage and is knocked prone. Oh boy.
Hopefully I don't fail at it. Oh wait, can I spend some action points to get more dice?
Yeah, so the way that this is worded is it sounds like it's built as a skill test. So per spending action points, I think you can spend an action point. You can spend an action point to add a d20. Yes.
Okay.
And then luck points,
so let me roll
as per usual,
3.
to re-roll them.
Okay. And the difficulty is 2.
Yep.
Ah!
a critical!
Ooh.
Choo-choo.
Ugh. Yeah, all aboard. All aboard the pain train.
So,
Can I get a
so again, I
critical?
want to be clear that like Abby is full roid rage, like actually swearing. There is no politeness. Like, this thing needs to die. It's in her way.
Fantastic. Oh man.
Okay.
You don't have to roll damage. Any number of damage will come out to 1. I'm almost positive. And this thing is knocked prone. It was as close to death as it could possibly be. And you really just sealed the deal there with this thing. I'm so glad you got to use that feat.
So I just imagine she's just like ripping it apart and like, ah!
I almost imagine like a run tackle. You just send it like splat into the wall. You just hit it so hard.
Oh god, yeah.
Like almost like a football punt.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So yeah, she's just gonna kind of like turn around all like covered in like blood and guts and be like, "Oh gosh, guys, I got a bit carried away. I'm real sorry about that. I just got a bit excited."
Perhaps we'll frame it. I understand there's a bit of a mosaic on the wall now. You notice he's awake on the balcony.
Oh, sorry to wake you. Hope you like your artwork avant-garde.
Little Pollock over there.
Oh yeah.
All right. It's come to my attention I likely won't sleep beyond 2-hour stretches for the duration of the first leg of our mission.
Well,
I'll leave
maybe
it to
you should have, I don't know, guarded your floor against naked mole rats.
They're burrowing pests, sis. How the fuck
Yes.
are you supposed to... Are you supposed to safeguard yourself from burrowing pests? I mean,
I don't know,
they're giant
concrete?
Oh, it's a little bit hard to hire a concrete truck and have the time to pour when you have unknown nuclear horrors.
Sorry,
Yeah.
did you
itching
see
to
that
break
we
down your
just
door.
came into like a fortified city and they were able to do everything and then they left, but they couldn't pour concrete underneath the floor?
He's not wrong though. Proper concrete takes at least 22 hours to set, don't you know?
You gotta have time for the concrete to cure.
Oh yeah. Otherwise,
Yeah,
you're
you
not
know,
gonna have a solid foundation.
James, we know a guy if you need us to get him for you. We met him in we're in Virginia, right? We met him passing through Ohio.
Look, we have a number of reasons why visitors wouldn't be comfortable in this place, such as it is. We need leadership, we need a mayor, we need fortifications, defenses, but it's all here. It's hidden just under the woodwork. That's what is missed sorely. This place means nothing to some. If it did, surely raiders would claim this hill their own, yet they're not here. I have a plan for this
Where the
place.
fucking
I was wondering about that because other than the mole rats, I haven't really seen anything, but I don't think mole rats made that sound and are outside, which probably explains the lack of raiders. I mean, they're pretty stupid, but even they're not that stupid. Which begs the question, what the hell is out there?
Convenient. Now and again, I've noticed the food chain of the wasteland tend to pick off one another. We don't have all of our enemies forming a team or a coalition conspiring against our demise. Rather, they seem to wipe one another out. We pick up the scraps. But you're correct. The mystery is before us. I'm dumbfounded, as you are, John. However, I can't help but to still see the potential. For example, what if I told you there is an entire radio station hidden within the school, funded once upon a time, perfectly preserved? We build it.
I mean, that makes sense. Oh, I was just saying that usually all schools have AV clubs.
Hmm.
The hell is an AV club?
Audio and video.
Why the hell would you have audio and video in a school? That ain't for learning.
Because some people like to make art with sounds and moving pictures.
Art is not learning either. I mean, it's an important leisure activity, but let's leave it at a leisure activity, shall we?
Okay, fuck me for having like cultural importance or something. Anyway, you were saying, James? By the way, we drank your Zinfandel.
And
my
whiskey.
centennial. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
We'll bring the Blue Ridge caravan here. We'll have anything that we need. Let this be what I impress upon you. And he just sort of just gestures as he's making his way down the stairs to this atrium of celebration, drunken arm wrestling, and now battle, apparently. But he'll gesture to the food, the chems, some bottle caps in the corner. This can be ours, spoils of war, to be a merchant. This could be an outpost, a fortification. We're safe here. But we must work for it.
I was about to say, it's not safe if the mole rats are coming through your floors.
That's just what we call a bit of cardio where I'm from.
Okay. Maybe we should talk to this guy in Ohio. Is that
You
like
should
the
rest.
first step? Do you need us? Did you need us to find like a concrete guy for you?
We'll patch holes as we need.
Okay.
You know, Dr. Hyde, if I may speak with you.
Yeah, go ahead.
In private.
Oh, that kind of speak with me. Gotcha. Okay.
You kids have fun on your secret conversation.
The doctor will take you. Sorry, not the doctor. He was maybe a professor. It's hard to tell. He's somehow quite wise and very uneducated at the same time. A hobbyist. He'll lead you to his office. Despite the fact that he speaks like a professor, there's something about him. He doesn't seem to comprehend anything well. But the amount of effort he puts into wanting to, it's astounding. He leads you to his office. It's filled with books. You doubt he's finished any of them, but the way he looks at them, the way he always has, you've known him, it's something else. It's like he's trapped in someone else's body. He would have been great in the pre-war science heyday, but neither of you are there. Instead, you're here in a dark, humid office in the middle of the night. Please have a seat.
Why not?
Sort of just scratching his bald head. I didn't expect you to bring brilliance. I expected you to bring yourself, maybe strength. You brought me visionaries, Hyde.
I mean, they're envisioning something, all right.
They see something, and that's what is. Look at it, the Brotherhood, the Minutemen, any caravan worth their weight in the caps atop bottles, they want it. It's not a matter of survival to a threshold, it's a matter of thriving. Sure enough, they seem to do it. They have visions, and I want to see them realized.
I think, if I'm totally honest with you, about the only vision I got right now, aside from fixing this, is maybe just a nice place to live.
Safety's hard fought here. You know this.
Yeah.
We can fix what you need. We can make it work. The predicament we face is that a ghoul has time I don't have. With luck, you'll outlive me tenfold. They say they are immortal, in that they will not age to death, as it appears. I've been doing this whole time. You need time. More than I do, because you could use more. Fortify this place, make it work. Do the research you need. We might both benefit from it, Hyde. I don't claim to know what happened to Lexington, but I'll tell you as much. The cafeteria within the school near the center of town. I don't know why. I'm not sure how. They sit on a shipment of jet, pulled through, intended for raiders. I might divulge to you, I have as much interest in this shipment as you do. It is one piece of the puzzle, however. A cafeteria is a kitchen. A kitchen is where we build supplies. It's where we sharpen our knives. It's where we produce. If we're building this settlement, we take it first. If you tell them there's a shipment of jet, they'll move against you. They won't operate. They don't see it as we see it. Impress upon them this mission, this checkpoint. We'll clear it. And I think we're all happy.
Well, then I guess I better get to sleep, because it sounds like we got a whole lot of work to do in the morning.
There's a lot to unravel here, Hyde. It seems we all have our own secrets, our own pasts. It would honor us all to maintain those secrets. And in time, perhaps we'll share. We need the picture, the big picture of this place. Once we have it, this city is ours, and it can be great.
You're a cryptic motherfucker, you know that?
I've heard it. I'm gonna get some rest, though. I'm tired as hell. This office is yours. A Pip-Boy bobblehead attached to a key flies onto the desk you're sitting across from, and he'll move out to get rest for the night. You're left in a room stacked high with books all about. All of us wanderers have stopped wandering for the night, maybe longer, and it seems like we all have a chance to rest, drink a little bit more, prepare, and see what this little corner of the wasteland has in the morning. But I think this is where I want to end off for tonight, to give us sort of a place to kick off from. But man, oh man, we are in it. We are ankle deep in some Fallout, and I'm absolutely loving it. If you like what you saw, if you like the system, it's sort of like it's like a granola bar. It's just got like just the right amount of crunch. You're running those numbers, and you're feeling that anticipation ahead of these skill checks, ahead of the pain train. I'm gonna send a link. If you're looking for this game, that will be the link. It's tagged with our own name, so numbers monkeys can do their numbers. It would help us. I want to give a shout out to Modifius for this game. I'm absolutely loving it so far. There's much more combat to come, and maybe some leveling up. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. But if you're interested in playing, and if you get the game through that link, if you have the game through other means, you can absolutely reach out to Weave the Tale about maybe applying to Cameo for episode 3 or episode 4. This is episode 1, so it would be in 2 weeks and in 3 weeks. We'd love to have you. And then I want to give thanks to Modifius, Evil Hat Productions, Tin Star Games, Helmcast, and Adam Lawson. You can see there's links to their Twitters in the Twitch chat, but we could not have done this season, this show. I mean, this is just such a blast. So thank you to our sponsors. But I want to do our outros. You guys can get your plugs and talk about how you feel about the madness. Starting with Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. Tonight I played Abby Abrams, the wholesome super mutant from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. I had a blast. My chest hurts from laughing. And this was a great time. Thank you so much, Ian. If you like my stuff, I am Savage Sparrow on the internet. SavageSparrow.com is my super cool site for amazing nerdy t-shirts and apparel. Patreon/Savage Sparrow is where you can follow all of my cool artwork. And as far as streaming goes, I do Pathfinder on our sister channel, Penny for a Tale on Sundays. On Monday, I play Star Trek Adventures, another Modifius title for the Quiet Gentleman channel. And then I'll be in Weave's upcoming Dragon Age game. So, yay, exciting.
I think Val is excited about that.
You're muted again.
I think you're muted. But also you're up.
I love Dragon Age so much.
I read that part, yeah.
Am I next?
Yes, you are next.
Hey everyone, my name is Rosie Raid or Valdrianth on the internet. I had a fun time today. This was great. I always enjoy a good support character in playing them, so I'm very happy to kind of jump into the support character role. So especially in a system and in a world I'm not 100% 100% familiar with. Like, Fallout is not my jam, but I happen to be in a 10-year plus relationship with someone who it's their only jam. So, like, that's a thing. So I have some. Anyway, you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and now TikTok as Valdreath. I produce TTRPGs for me and my friends over on my channel, my Twitch channel. In about 3 weeks on Wednesdays, I will be running a skin for Forged in the Dark that's called Morphs in the Dark. It's an Animorphs skin by on the Forefronts, and Animorphs is my jam, so that's what I'm going to be running on Wednesday nights in about 3 weeks. We have our session 0 next week. But what's live right now, on Thursdays at 1 p.m. PDT, we are playing what's called Nightmares on the Frontier, which is another Forged in the Dark skin. I'm not in love with that whatsoever. That was custom made by my best friend Jamie. And we're just this weird Wild West fantasy treasure hunting group of bisexual disasters on that particular game. On Fridays, you can catch our our Coriolis campaign, which is called Tenebris, which is run by Red Mage Ray. You have a lot of cool people, including, I don't know, the guy, Mitch, like he owns this channel or something. I'm not sure. He plays on that. And a whole bunch of it's just star team, okay? I'm on my 3rd NSN Gotten, so don't judge me. And on Saturday mornings, we have my all-fem Amberwin campaign called The Ghost of Axia, run by my really, really good friend, MCatter Dev. So come and check us out. And that's all I have going on right now. Like, this is like a summer of, you know what? I'm going to take it easy. And by taking it easy, I'm only producing and in 6 games instead of 10. So, like, that's what we're doing.
Gee.
So we're fine. This is fine. I'm fine. I promise. Okay, this is what I do. But yeah, that's
fine,
me.
you
I'm
guys.
just gonna keep fine.
Fine. I'm a
This.
little tired, man.
Oh, jeez. All right, Slowpool.
Hi, thank you. Yes, I am Slowpool. You can find me on Twitter as Slowpool. I promise one day I will actually post more. Where you can find me right now is at work, which I have to go to soon.
Oof.
In terms of TTRPGs, I will most likely be dragged into running a season 2 of my Expanse game, Churn and Burn. I've kind of just had no option. I'm running it. Like, I wasn't really given a choice. Yeah. Other than that,
10-year plus relationship.
Sometimes you can find me on Val's channel. Hopefully next week, I will be streaming Fallout 4 before we do this game. So I'll be doing that. I will try and delete some of like the 200 mods, so it's not a complete monster of a game. But anyways, yeah. I'll be spending all week modding Fallout 4 till it gets to a usable state.
Yeah, and Fallout 4, yeah, modding is just a part-time job. It's not that bad.
You mod it until it breaks, and you start over, and you just keep going again.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's just how it goes.
Yeah. That's the whole thing. Man, just wait till we get to the donation goals. I will be making mods for this game. Bet. You want a map? You want a full map of Lexington? I'll make it.
But my
Yes.
Oh yeah, Fallout
Yes.
London.
Yes.
Oh,
The
Yes, I
only
remember
thing
hearing
that
about
I've gotten, the one mod that if I deleted everything and I only had to keep one mod in Fallout right now, it would just be the M1 Grand. Just because every time I hear that ping, I just giggle like a little schoolgirl.
all right. Last but certainly not least, Celeste.
Hi, everybody. I'm Celeste PLS with way too many underscores on Twitter. I'm Celeste Shepherd here on Twitch. I don't do a whole lot of streaming of my own, but I show up on other folks' channels all the time. You can catch me right here next Saturday with some more of this, with some more Dr. Hyde action. Get a little more into his tragic backstory. It's so weird being the straight man for once. Normally, I'm the comedy. It's so weird. But yeah, you can also catch me every other Sunday on twitch.tv/MadTab7 playing some Masks Sunset City. We won't be on tomorrow night, but we will be on next Sunday, where we're finally fighting the Doomaroo. And my goodness, it's terrifying. Misfits hype, baby. We love to see it. But yeah, other than that, catch me back here next Saturday. And I don't know, maybe also keep an eye on my Twitter because I have something going on that I can't actually talk about right now. NDAs, baby.
Ooh.
But yeah, just keep an eye on my spaces because I got things in the cooker. It's gonna be a good time.
Absolutely. And then I think that's it for tonight. That has been the announcements. I'm going to raid a small Fallout 4 streamer just to shake it up. So I don't know this person. It looks like they're streaming Fallout 4. Just say hi. Let's show them Raiders before they get shown Raiders. But that's our show tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.